Coffee and Cream on Hail Varsity Radio with Andrew Rogers and Damon Benning.
Nuggets still up 5. Murray behind the screen from Jokic. Cans another 16 in the fourth quarter, and Jamal Murray's got 30.
Give me the ball and get out of my way.
Nikola Jokic offering another triple-double. And off to Murray, who can't miss in the fourth quarter. Another 3. 14 fourth quarter points for Jamal Murray, including 4 for 4 from distance.
High fly ball, deep center. Marshall back. He's on the track. He's at the wall. See ya. Number 32. A 2-run shot. And the Yankees lead 2-0.
The pitch. A swing, and there's a drive. Hit deep. Right center field. That ball's gone. 3-run homer. Wilson Contreras. 2 home runs tonight and 6 RBIs.
Over the offensive line, Anthony Duclair. He'll swing one out front. Barkov, a circle shot, top shelf, he scores! Alexander Barkov, the captain, ties it with 4:32 to go. Here in the second, it's 1-1. Sam Bennett keeps it in out front. Kachuk, a shot, he scores! He scores! Matthew Kachuk, the overtime winner. The Panthers take game 1.
Man, I'm surprised he had that much energy.
Everybody else was sleepy.
Everybody in the stands was sleepy.
That doggone pesky Kachuk. He skates hard.
That a boy, Matthew.
Hey, listen, he's like Jimmy Butler, as Micah would say, Mr. Tryhard. He's a nuisance.
He is. He's insane.
He's just a flat out nuisance.
He's a gamer too.
Hey, got to get the gamers.
Oh,
good morning.
I love the way he works with the puck, without the puck. I'm a huge Matthew Kachuk guy. Good morning to you.
Yeah, so funny. Not hee ha ha, but things that make you go, What?
I was just smiling like Damon.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, Lakers down 2-0. What do you think about that, Carl? Uh-oh.
You know, I was talking to a buddy yesterday. On the heels of the Lakers losing.
On the heels of North Carolina.
That too.
On the heels of the Dodgers playing softball.
High heels. Yeah, exactly. I told Shane last night, I go, hey, if we really want to piss off DB tomorrow morning, let's just play every home run of the Cardinals in the open.
Run. Yeah. So, and my guy Jordan, you remember the other diehard, MJ, Rare Air, who, by the way, did give me a nice little traffic report. He said he just went through Des Moines not too long ago, and it's the first time that they are not working on the interstate, which, thank you, sweet baby Jesus. That puts me at about $141.
Yeah, they're not working on that patch
to Des Moines.
Now they're working on the patch 2 miles down the road.
I think we're at the Mid-America Energy Recplex. But anyway, he goes, it was 2-0, and Dodgers had runners on second and third in the first. And he goes, man, I love Wainwright, but it's time for him to go. And I just simply replied, we need more runs. They didn't get any.
Mm-hmm.
Then you turn around and he forgets that Julio is fatigued Jenkins on the road.
No idea what's going on with Urias.
Dude, he's not good on the road.
But even still, this is one of the best pitchers in baseball.
Yeah, well, they had to shut my boy Carrot Top down for a month too, so it's like, hey, just piecemeal this thing together. But yeah, then they just turn around and they just go over to Kelly and start playing softball.
Mm-hmm.
And I texted back. I was like, Jinx. He's like, about time Contreras did something. I was like, look, man, stop acting all spoiled out here. You guys are just mashing, okay? Relax over there.
I'm sure he was all in on DeYoung too from the very beginning.
Fudge. See, he trained. I used to see him every week, sometimes twice, because he trains Micah. But little dude decided he wanted to run track, so it was like the second half of whatever. It seemed like it was going for an eternity. And by the way, why does Westside Middle have a concrete track? That's a pretty decent.
Don't ask me.
We need to re-pour that thing. My man's walking around here with shin splints. Nah, and you can't wear spikes.
Well,
Yeah, I know.
That makes sense.
Yeah, right.
Because if you did, you'd be slipping and sliding.
So my point is like, get your shoe game right. These little kids are growing, like Flintstone kids. 10 million strong and growing. You seem like a Flintstones vitamins kid. But anyway,
I was.
It was not a good night. It was not a good night in any way, shape, or form for anything that I remotely cheer for. But funny thing, things that make you go right. Remember, I said, isn't it weird? Everybody assumes the Carolina Hurricanes are playing the best in hockey.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's really buying the Florida Panthers.
Just like nobody's buying the Knights.
Or
maybe it's just me.
Carolina was only a -130 series fave.
Yeah. We can't forget about that.
I said, that is weird. They're begging you to take Carolina. Why would Carolina only be a -130 fave given if you're watching any of the NHL postseason?
You look up and down the lines, you look at the moves that they made.
Right.
Getting Gostisbehere.
And now it is
Anderson's playing better hockey. Dude. Better than he's probably given credit for.
I know what they figured out in game one. When that puck is along the sideboards and they pinch and dig, you better come up with the puck because Florida gets those 50-50 pucks.
But that's how they play.
Oh, I know.
That's how they've been
I know
playing.
what I call it.
And we actually credited them for their effort back in game one, series one against Boston.
Yeah,
we said they get loose pucks.
They grind and dig that thing out of there.
And more times than not, if you get the 50-50 ones.
And listen, they earned a win too because that was a goal.
The goalie interference.
At no point, I'm like, that's not.
I mean, he got a little butt check into.
Dude, that was Drury's fault.
Right.
Mm-hmm. I was like, ooh, they got Steve jobbed.
How about what's his name biting down on his stick blade afterward? And I'm like, listen, that's very
germy.
Yeah, I was gonna say unsanitary.
Yeah. It's very, very germy, much like Mike Sauter's shower game. Very germy. Shane, what's up
talking to him today.
How you doing, buddy? Yeah,
sounds about right.
Yeah, so
he's not coming in, right?
No, I think Jerome is coming. Shane, is Jerome coming in studio or?
Oh man, you're gonna put me on the spot.
I don't know. I'm prepared if he is. If he has to be over the phone, that's fine. But he's very mobile.
He'll be at baseball tonight.
No, he.
Oh, he is for
sure.
Lock,
stock. He's been telling me all week. I didn't think he was super lucid on Tuesday when he was crabbing about everything, but
he called me yesterday.
He goes, "I'll be at baseball on Friday. I guarantee I'm gonna be at baseball." I said, "Look, man, when the boss has to call and tell you to stay your little narrow behind at the house and stop running around here like Peg Leg Pete." Sit your little behind down somewhere, bro. Like, what are we doing?
Mm-hmm.
I just know.
I don't know.
I just know his wife's probably happy to get him up out of here.
Get up out of here. No, he called me yesterday, and I go,
Why'd you answer?
I go, is it my turn in your contacts? Because I know this dude is on his bed just going name after
I'm telling you, dude is like
name.
Gene Wilder just going stir crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, this is somebody too.
Shane, that was Gene Wilder, right?
Yes.
Thank you.
The guy with the curly red hair.
Mm-hmm.
Is that red
that we're talking about?
Yeah, I believe it's red.
Was that another low key jab at the Dodgers with the Dustin May reference, or is that a reach? Because you probably have no idea who Dustin May is.
Yeah.
You think he knows who Dustin May is?
I think he plays for the Canadian hockey team, right?
Right. What did he say last week?
Yanni.
I think I have some audio from it.
A swing, and there's a drive. Hit deep. Right center field.
Okay.
That ball's gone.
Okay. That's fine.
I think
you brought it up.
I think that's right on point, Shane.
Listen, I'll play any game. I just want to know
you brought
the rules.
It up.
I want to know the rules. If it's on and
I
cracking,
want to know.
Hey, he said last night. He said last night.
Who said last night?
Put all the home runs in the intro, and I didn't do that.
Who's he?
The guy to the right of you.
He has a name.
Andrew.
Yeah, he said.
Shane, you can call on me whenever you want.
Listen, he doesn't even. Hey, did you get a haircut?
Yeah.
No, Shane, I did. Oh, well, you look nice anyway.
Hey, I think I have some other audio from last night.
What do you got? Oh, never mind. Whoops.
Could have been worse.
This dude is in a good mood because he was out trying to find rando Calrissian last night or something. You and Shane, you coming off a good night or like how? What are we talking about?
I don't know.
This dude is out vaping, and he's over there by the Stratton County van over there at the hotel. Like, dude, you going to Cabela's today? Or
he wandered?
Why?
Shame on me.
What was over there? What were you?
That was just a little bit warmer. I mean, it wasn't as windy.
Well, I'm sad I missed the Norris baseball team the other day.
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, it's a lot of parents.
Regardless.
And they came rolling in. I was like, oh, were your guys' ears burning? I feel like we've been talking about Norris quite a bit.
Started with state soccer, went to state baseball.
Yep.
State track.
Yeah. Out here getting it. And when a couple of the parents that came in, their son had just won the 2-mile. So I was just kind of dapping them up. I kind of like their gear. Not as much as like I like Ralston's, but I like the little Titan thing.
Oh, I get that.
I'm kind of team logo.
Mm-hmm. They got state baseball tonight. Lincoln East, Millard West at 7, Elkhorn North and Norris at 4, and Malcolm and Roncalli at 1. 7 seed.
The consistency of Roncalli is ridiculous. Like this was pre-U, and I think people thought it was an Alec Boehm thing, and then it was a Rogers kids thing, and
it's ridiculous.
ROG, ERS.
Yes, he's a D.
Oh,
well, he has a D. It's not a G.
Well, I'm sure he has a G that follows the D.
You don't have a D. He has a.
Whoa!
Oh wait, you do. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't speculate. Just got reprimanded for that. I don't assume anything.
So it's RODG, ERS, like
yes,
Aaron.
Yes. Stop confusing me. Is it Friday?
It is.
By the way, so I was
TGIF.
I was kind of looking at. Thank God it's football weather. It is so beautiful out this morning.
Yeah. What is the?
But are we going to bury the lead? Are we going to act like he just didn't say like walking another 100 feet made it warmer?
Is that what he ended up saying? Shane, play it back.
Andrew, why are you doing that? Hold on, Andrew, why are you doing that?
We didn't get to talk to Joel this week, so we're a little.
No,
sad.
He wasn't feeling good.
Hey, so right now, also, you say perfect football weather, which it feels like that.
Like they're ready to kick off at night in September.
But the air quality does not match what we're looking for now.
It was super Jimi Hendrix last night. Do you see the haze?
Oh, yeah. And, of course, I'm going to go out and golf for 4 hours after the show today and then go watch state baseball.
Are you? You're not going to go see the Clippers and the Pride at 1, or will you be done?
No, I'll be
done.
Are you playing 9 or 18?
I'm going to play 18, but I'll be there probably like with 4 innings to go.
Yeah, I saw you buddying up to the bigwigs yesterday with Dollar Bill. Hey, I want to go golfing with you guys. Anytime you guys want to go golfing, I'm in.
Mm-hmm.
What if they don't like you?
That's cool. Take it out on the course. You don't have to talk to me while we're out there. I just want to go golfing.
Ain't no fun. No fun if the homies can't get none.
And you know what? I'm cool with nobody liking me.
Are you? That's
cool
good.
with it.
So, yeah, Teflon, man. New cooking utensils. By the way, are you going to put that on the wedding registry? Do you need cooking ware?
No, we have enough. But you know what Ashley really wants is that new Ninja Creamy. Which is,
I'm sorry, pardon?
It's called a Ninja Creamy.
Next time, put a D in your name.
I'm leaving. And the Ninja Creamy is like a way to make healthy ice cream, like with protein.
Oh, stop.
And people swear by it. I'm telling you.
Doesn't that defeat the purpose?
Oh, it's a TikTok thing. If you were on it last night, you probably would have seen it.
So stupid Raggedy Sports was pulling me down last night. I was watching bad thing after bad thing after bad thing.
You were just watching Jamal Murray put up 23 in the 4th.
Dude. So let's not act like I'm the only one that knows that D'Angelo Russell shouldn't be playing.
Oh, so I had that question on my list today. I said, at what point is he's
awful.
A liability? At what point?
Well, how about do you like numbers?
Yeah, we talked about how he could be removed from the lineup.
Yeah, do you like numbers?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what the Lakers are with D'Lo on the court?
Record-wise?
Plus minus.
Okay, well, it's a minus for sure. I'm going to guess 24.
Minus 32. Thanks for playing. Do you know what they are with D'Lo off the court?
Oh, gosh. Plus 12.
Plus 37.
Oh, way better.
Sit his little bunda down.
Yeah, I believe Rui is playing much better basketball right now.
Dude, do you sometimes look at Rui? I don't know if you get into hair, but are you like, what is he trying?
Well, Shane gets into hair, obviously, so we can ask him.
It's kind of like that.
I mean, that dude could eat me.
In between curl, kind of 70s, 80-ish thing.
You're all right. You're way too deep for me now.
It reminds me, and a comedian talked about it, and this is like this is a long, long time ago, but it reminds me when Luther Vandross first lost all that weight. Do you remember what happened to like Luther's curls, Shane? It like shrunk. Do you remember that? Were you listening to Luther?
I don't know.
But anyway, it might be a cultural thing because of his hair grade, but it's like a super tight curl. He's got like the little taper fade. It looks pretty. It looks like he should have been one of the actors on New Jack City. That's about the era. But anyway, he was getting buckets. Although I wish.
So was this era?
Yeah, that's about
Thanks,
right.
Carl.
Wasn't that in the 80s? Or was that early 90s at the Forum? I think that might have been 90s. But thank the Lord they're 6-0 at home because they're trash. If they shot one more ill-advised 93.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go, DB. They shot it. The ill-advised threes drive me up the wall. You cannot shoot. At some point, you had to return to the mean. You shot 41% in game one, and you still lost.
Mm-hmm.
You're not that team. And
sometimes they shoot close to 50%.
You lost. No, they're not a good 3-point shooting team. Not a good 3-point shooting team. But listen, they lost a game in which they kept the score where they had to, in the low 100s, and they still lost.
Mm-hmm.
So that leads me to believe defense isn't the problem because you played good defense. Your shot selection. But it starts with Anthony Davis not falling down every time the wind picks up. If he would just finish around the 10 and LeBron would stop shooting 27-foot pull-ups and D'Lo would stop playing iso ball from 31 feet, he'd probably get
and AD puts up 44 again.
Who's going to make more money in the offseason? Brown, who's just was killing D'Lo last night, or Austin Reeves? Because they're both going to get
Let's go Austin Reeves.
paid.
Because I think his late stretch of life is going to matter.
And the Rockets, regular. I mean, Bruce Brown is out here like Joe Dumars or Vinny Johnson, just coming off the bench, or probably more Vinny Johnson since Dumars started, just
taking
cooking
advantage of his time.
And then he just runs his mouth. I'm like, oh, he's just giving it to you guys. He will get paid though.
Follow-up question to that, because this was
I'm
asked to me yesterday.
I'm not answering.
Well, okay. I'll ask myself. I'll answer it myself. Nobody likes me. Michael Severe tweeted that at me. Nobody likes me. Little gif of South Park. Was it Butters?
Hey,
Butters from South Park? I got to go back and look.
You mad?
I don't know who that is.
Hey, so I have the Foodie. Thank you, Corey.
Question.
I have the Ninja. He said the Ninja Foodie Ultimate. Wait, is that what I have? I have the 5-in-1, and it's a game changer.
Well, that's not what I was talking about.
No, he said the Ninja Foodie is ultimate, and ultimate is far superior to the cream. Just saying.
Do you have the creamy? I don't, because the creamy. Well, not you, Corey, because the creamy is like $200. I'm curious.
We should have him come in. I should bring his. I got a couple of hoodies.
Let me
for
borrow it. All right, my question to you is
you
this.
can't wear the hoodies. They're XLs.
I would think they would be 2XLs.
Well, if they were 2XLs, I'd be wearing them. But I got them free.
Okay, fair. Okay, here's what was asked for me.
Why you put me on the spot?
I was just asking. I ask questions.
What are you, a medium or a large?
I'm a large.
Yeah,
I'm a large.
Hey, so did you ever ask Alumni Hall why they don't like me?
No, they have an order in for you.
Oh.
I got the order in.
You mad? You mad.
Yeah, Shane on the phone right now. So you.
Well, who's he talking to? He's always talking.
Probably B. All right, before we get to B.
I'm telling you, Shane, it's that Rando Calrissian.
So I know they're down 2-0, but if LeBron wins his 5th title,
LeBron James,
does that solidify him as the greatest of all time.
No.
That was what was asked to me. And I get why it's asked, because LeBron has the statistical records over Jordan.
Longevity.
Longevity is a big one, but he's also never left the sport and came back to it, but he stayed in and he can.
And it's
he's
current.
That good.
It's current. It's in your mind.
And that's
a big part of it.
This is a question, though.
There is no recency bias over there, Ping.
No, this is a question, though, from somebody that likes the Bulls. Didn't get to watch Jordan. I know they were two different eras of basketball, and they score more nowadays, so that helps LeBron's numbers statistically. But if he gets to 5 and he has all those statistical records, does that give him a leg up over Jordan?
I think whatever you think about LeBron is already in the books. Now, would this be his most improbable title? It still isn't. 17 when he went back to Cleveland.
Yeah,
they won that title. That like was like
down
okay,
3-1.
They're like, okay, let's leave LBJ alone. I don't think it changes the discussion. I think however you feel.
Now, I guess then everybody will find something to pick. So you go back to
not in today's.
Oh, the bubble? You count the bubble?
I do.
Does it show up?
That was a good year for both my teams, remember?
A really good year for both of your teams.
Hey, my man said altitude is a beep. He said your bros were tired. Well, I get it, but that doesn't mean you have to fall on the ground all the time. Like
LeBron?
Yeah, he threw himself on the ground one time too, but so did Jokic. But
right.
AD's time spent on the floor is too much, considering you're the most talented big man. Now, you're not playing the best, but you're the most talented big man on the floor. Not the most effective, because that would be put a smile on that face.
Let's put a smile.
That would be the Joker, but I just don't understand. Why do you just take nights off? Get in the oxygen chamber. Bring some CO2, something. Bring some albuterol or some Ventolin.
With all the fires coming over from California.
Dude, I thought those were from Canada. Was that where it came from?
I thought it was California.
No, well, you know me. I like to. See, you ever just want to stop yourself? I've been doing a good job of that this week.
You paused there.
But I'm telling you, Shane, gotta get your act together, man. I was trying to help you out yesterday. I should have scored some nice points by being patient with you, but you're not. I mean, if this is how we're going today.
Patience?
Oh, you're right. Why would I even doubt you?
All we got
from Canadian
just
wildfires.
A little patience.
California.
Isn't that a song?
Collide. It's a song.
Californication.
Okay. He's out of control. Hey, perdoname, senor. Who's on the show today?
Ooh, good. I'm happy you asked. Mike Schaefer coming your way at 8 o'clock.
Mike J had jokes on Twitter last night.
That he did. We still got a lot to get to, and we'll touch on a few things with him. Did we talk to him last week after vacation?
Shafe didn't want to talk to us.
Okay.
No, that was Brunson. Wait,
no, Brunson was this week.
Did we talk to Shafe last week?
Shane?
I don't know.
We'll find out. We're talking to Dave Shedloski, Golf Digest contributor.
Yeah, our guys are kind of stacked.
At 8:45.
We didn't talk to Dave
Sautter at 9, and we get Matt Vrzal at 9:45. I got a good trivia, too, at 9:30. Hopefully you're prepared.
I'm not. Sucker.
There's a theme today. I like themes.
Losing teams that I care for.
Around. We'll be back.
Rodgers and Benning will be back in 5 minutes. Rogers and Benning will be back in 4 minutes. Rogers and Benning will be back in 3 minutes. Rogers and Benning will be back in 2 minutes. Rogers and Benning will be back in 1 minute. Rogers and Benning will be back in 30 seconds. Coffee and Cream with Rogers and Benning on Hail Varsity Radio.
Davis tried to find James, and who got the steal? Jamal Murray. Here's Murray into the front court. Murray peels off to the right, finds the Joker at the free throw line. He's defended by Hachimura. Hand off to Porter behind the screen three, top side, and it's straight in. The Nuggets killing the Lakers from the perimeter, and the lead grows to 12 here in game 2 for the Nuggets.
DB, would you believe me if I told you Jokic
Shane's
didn't
an
score
idiot?
a
Yeah, I
point
believe
in the
it.
fourth quarter?
Well, he's trending. I ain't
Trending down like Shane.
Yes. Although, in low pocket Hercules' defense, he could play a lot of highlights from yesterday about anybody that I cheer for, and it's not going to be positive.
Very true.
So, I mean, take your pick.
You're a huge Hurricanes fan.
Pardon?
Oh, wait, different team.
Yeah. Yeah. Not they all in Carolina. Speaking of which, did you see the Tar Heels get drubbed by Clemson?
Game over.
Yeah. So
how about the outcome of that Penn State Maryland game?
So I felt like I was like stepping out on Creighton and Nebraska, but I was captivated by what was going on in Penn State Maryland. Because when I first flipped over,
was Maryland 15-12 going into the ninth? Penn State, I think so.
No, not when I first did, but whenever I did.
Oh, okay.
They had 11 left on base, but they still had like 9 runs maybe. And I was like, what is going on?
Like, I feel like I just saw this Penn State team play all last week.
Yeah, they're not good. Yeah,
they shouldn't be doing this.
They're not good. And then, so then I would go back and I went back to Creighton, and then I could kind of, Nebraska was easy because I can stream, I can just watch that because for whatever the reason, man, YouTube TV, the stream game sucks right now. I mean, it's getting its load game right.
All of a sudden during the commercials, it'll just stop.
I'm like, are you guys trying out something new?
Does that happen in game action for you? Because it doesn't for me.
Yeah.
So that's benefit at least.
So I'm not even going to get into the first night, which was total trash during the Heat and Celtics. But last night, do you know how many times I saw the same? They kept going back to Anthony Davis trying to take a charge. And so it would go back to the clip of him just falling. And you try to fast forward, and it would like jerk you back.
Right back, yep. And then what did you have to do? Close the app and go back in?
So what happened was it continued to infuriate me, even though it was just the same one play over and I'm like, why does this guy keep falling on the ground?
3 charges in 1 minute.
You know, or missing another 2-foot putback.
Or maybe a layup.
Well, at least he was trying to get to the 10. Like, I'm not going to get started. It's Friday.
I think I have some audio from when he fell to the ground.
Get up, baby. Get up, baby. Get up.
You just keep low-key encouraging him, too.
Hey, if he keeps fueling me
up. Hey, at least it's not me he's killing. It's DB. That's fine. That's why I hope you shoot.
Well, see, the 7 o'clock hour.
You shoot 1,000 today.
Oh, man.
There's about 15 balls.
I'll shoot 1,000 in
the winner
basketball.
Is the winner of our thing going to be plus?
Yes.
Like total number?
What do you mean? Are you saying that it was hard to play golf yesterday?
A little bit.
Are you saying only like 20 guys ended below par?
A little bit.
So that's that, and it's Thursday is encouraging, right? A lot can happen, but weren't a lot of guys playing good golf yesterday.
I also heard this yesterday. What would be more surprising to you, more shocking? Eric Cole winning the PGA Championship or John Rahm? Like where we are right now. Eric Cole, 5 under par. John Rahm plus 6.
First round phenom. I would go.
With John at plus 6.
With John at plus 6.
You would wish that the cutoff was today. So he'd just be out. So he doesn't fall more.
Hey, the cut may be plus 6.
He's such a hater. Hey, how's Patrick doing?
Cantley, plus 4.
I know.
Brooks is plus.
I'm following all our guys. I have them marked.
No, Burns is plus 4, and then Brooks is plus 2.
I have them all. You said Brooks, like you guys hang out together.
We're best friends.
Are you guys besties? I have all our guys. I have all our guys marked like that. I can keep track of who's following.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see you.
Yeah. Not that I'm competitive or anything. I can't even control it.
I think I have some audio.
Your competitiveness?
From
yes, that exactly.
I think I have some audio from Rahm on hole 3.
Are you sure that's not Tom Kim in the mud?
Oh, Shane is really feeling himself this morning, isn't he?
Tom Kim went swimming with the frogs.
Man.
Didn't realize he was on TV.
I don't even recognize what we're doing.
We're just having some fun.
Do you remember a long time ago when DeChambeau was going to be a good golfer?
I don't even recognize.
Remember that?
We knew he could drive.
He was all the craze All the
Hey,
buzz.
he's driving right now, though. I believe he was best off the tee yesterday.
Guess what? Meltdown coming.
8 drives over 320.
8.
It's going to look like me today.
Meltdown coming.
Well, maybe that's going to look like me today.
The only thing you'll know about 320 today is when you're headed to baseball. Okay.
Oh, it's 320. I got
that's about
the game's about to end.
That's the only time you'll know anything about 320. I think. You go 320, I'm leaving.
Man, if I hit it 300, I'm leaving.
That's pretty good.
Normally, I'm like 290 max.
Yeah, like Anderson.
No, he can hit it like 450.
Dude, you're not feeling me. Tim just sent me something. He did a still. It is ridiculous
of his bat flip.
Of how Max Anderson hit this baseball.
Timmy's a pro. He's great to work with.
Yeah.
It didn't even look like he made a full swing.
Dude, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Shane, let's go to line 1. Let's talk to B. Brian, what's up, man? Good morning. Lakers lose again.
Good Friday, everybody. well, as good as it can get, Damon. You know what I'm talking about.
God, it was some trash.
Man, I want to know what the stat is on Denver Nuggets Anthony Davis led fast breaks.
Just the inability to get back?
You fall on the ground. I'm like, dude, I know you got to be faster than that. You can't be that slow. And even LeBron James broke out his old speed yesterday for one of those fast breaks, where it takes him like this 4 steps to get from one free throw line to the other free throw line. He did that once. I can't even get AD to get back down the court one time.
Hey, it's kind of scary, and I'm not going to be the guy to overreact, but you got to admit, LeBron finally did look old.
Oh, LeBron's been looking old. He's been looking old to me from what I've been seeing. He's taking first quarters off.
Well, so that he said that was by design, right? He just wanted to do to make sure that he was available when his team needed him to be available. So I get him pacing himself, but he's not even finishing around the rim.
He can say that all he wants to. I got eyes. I saw that foot. I saw that foot. It was hurting. Game 2 against Golden State. He was rubbing it. You're not fooling nobody. You're not fooling anybody. And when you're right about this, I don't see why Derek Russell was even talking yesterday. It was obvious that what Brown said about you was true. Whether or not if he said it out loud or not, he can't do nothing to stop it. He's too slow.
Listen, I know Bruce Brown is like, where's D'Lo? What is he guarding me? Now he did get the little block, and they looked at each other. But this, like, Brown is who's making more money in free agency, Reeves or Bruce Brown?
I think Brown is because he's worked on this game. I know little snitch Russell need to give his money back. he need to give his money back. He don't know what he's doing.
You're going way back with that.
Oh, I hold record. I hold accounts. I got that receipt. We told you, but you got to keep it in the archive file. You know how I go. 7 years, put it downstairs. We'll pull it out right back. We pulling it out.
He went to the snitch 5.
Hey, give it back. I'll take
some
of that back.
It's disappointing and lost because it's 2 games I feel like they could have won. It could have went, either way, but they could have won. They should have left there, Denver with at least 1 game.
Now, the good thing is they are 6-0 at home, but I just don't see how they can win 4 out of the next 5.
It's possible because I still don't understand because Jokic really can't guard in the middle, which is why I don't understand why
Denver's too good at home.
And offensively, too, the way that they move the ball.
I don't know. I don't know if they're going to keep hitting those tough shots.
They had a hot streak yesterday in the fourth quarters. I don't really know if that's true yet, so we'll see. But, hey, have a good weekend, fellas.
Hey, thanks, you too, man. We'll get to Ramon after the break.
Racer Ramon.
Dexter the reboot. We like Dexter.
I like Dexter.
Dexter like Dee? No, wait, that's Laboratory.
Dee. Dexter! Oh, what is it?
Oh, we're talking about Michael Hall Dexter.
We used to watch that show in the house.
Laboratory?
Yes.
Is that what it is?
Caleb was a Dexter.
Or is it Dexter's Laboratory?
The laboratory. Dee.
Stick around. More CNC next.
Rogers and Benning will be back in 4 minutes. Rogers and Benning will be back in 3 minutes. Rogers and Benning will be back in 2 minutes. Rogers and Benning will be back in 1 minute. Rogers and Benning will be back in 30 seconds. Coffee and Cream with Rogers and Benning on Hail Varsity Radio.
Oh, hey, welcome back. Coffee and Cream in the morning on Hail Varsity Radio, powered by Currency. Damon Benning, Andrew Rogers.
Are we back?
We are back.
What's up?
It's 7:45, man.
Matt, he's pretty sarcastic anyway, but he just asked me on social media. He's, of course, a Cardinals fan. Did you watch the Cardinals tee off last night?
A swing, and there's a drive.
And he put TEEOFF in caps. Funny. real funny.
Everybody got jokes today.
But we weren't playing in
exactly.
New York.
Everybody's got jokes
Hey,
today.
we weren't playing in New York, though. We weren't at Oak Hills. We're talking baseball.
We're talking.
Oh, did you? They were playing the Phillies. Oh wait, no, they weren't playing the.
By the way,
they were
another
playing
good
the Dodgers.
another good win for the Mets yesterday.
Oh, they're finally winning games after Verlander gets booed off the mound.
So, did you catch the Celtics fans booing Boston the other night, or was your
volume was down? So no.
Your who?
My volume.
Oh, I thought you said Valium. I was like,
Valium.
what? I keep that. I keep that to. I keep that to a minimum as well. Like, it's like, hey, what's going on?
Creamy. Who wants cream? Nobody.
Well,
okay, the cream.
Apparently,
coffee and cream.
Apparently, Ashley does ice cream. Hey, I want the Ninja Fruity Creamy. What?
Creamy with an I.
What?
Because I put the I in cream.
What? I should Google that. Like, does that stuff even work? Although if it's close to homemade ice cream, that's the jam.
You should see it. I'll send you a video.
Yeah.
It's like one guy made like vanilla protein something or other, and it looked like vanilla soft serve at McDonald's when the ice cream machine isn't broken.
You touched it.
Hey,
you touched it.
By the way, we were talking about how high that place is. I told you a large fry was like $4.71.
Oh yeah.
I think a sundae is like $4 now.
$3.89. It's hot fudge sundae. $3.89.
The little thing in the plastic container with the little drizzle.
So I always try to get a cup of soft serve, like something little for Molly whenever we go.
Molly,
I have stopped ordering
Molly.
I have stopped ordering the cup of ice cream because they charge me as a sundae, and I'm like, wait a second here. I just asked for like a little cup of ice cream for the dog, and you're charging me $4 for it.
Do you know what else is high? By the way, eggs have come down. You could have gotten 60 at Costco last week for $5. But do you know what's high? And this is perfect time for you to get off. Soda. Soda is expensive.
Yeah. I only ever buy soda if it's like 3 12-packs for $12. Or
remember when it used to be
$9.99
or $9?
Yeah. I should try to get off of it. How much is Fit? How much is that?
Don't do that. Don't look at it.
Oh no.
It's like $26.
For how many?
8 maybe.
Well, okay.
It's hype man's fault.
So here's the thing though. When you go to the gas station and you were to buy, say, like a Gator Light, like something like that's a little more
I like the electrolyte one.
Right?
Yeah.
That's normally like $3.50, right? Or $3.
Yeah. I try to find the 2-fers these days or the 3 for $5s.
So
even my amino energy is kind of creeping up.
Right. So because I say that, you mentioned how Fit is like $24 for 8.
Yeah.
Well, that's about what I would spend at a gas station. Like if I'm just there, like, oh, I went to the cooler. Oh, this $3. Okay. I'll spend the $3 if I'm going to do it.
Yeah, so you can get a 12-pack for $26.
It's ridiculous.
Oh, well, that's not bad.
It's not bad at all. That's better than I think that's better. Didn't I only get 8?
I don't remember.
Yeah, it has BCAAs, branched chain amino acids.
I mean, obviously you go to the gas station to get a soda. I know it's like $1.29, but what I'm saying is if you get like a high-end, like good for you product, maybe I should. How much is soda now?
I'm sure there are lots of people.
For a 20-ouncer at a gas station?
I need to ask.
No, not just gas station, just like a case of soda.
I got to ask Boyce. He's like my grocery store homie.
Is he a guy that like is a coupon addict?
Yes, he sends them to me every week. And believe me, I look through every last bit of it. And my man, Johnny the Pig, he's pretty good with sales too. 99 cents a pound for chicken thighs the other day. Stuff like that. I know.
Where?
They don't pay us, so it's one of the popular chains.
One of the chains. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
I don't look at ads enough. I just go to the store when
I only pimp coffee and cream, Hurrdat Sports, Hurrdat Media, the Beanery, Dyer Law, Zipline, Hail Varsity Club,
Alumni Hall.
Yeah. Well, I'd like some gear.
Yeah, well, you're gonna get gear.
Although my man Jamie loved that place.
The actual store?
My math teacher. He's always chastising me because I can't add.
KB. Who's KB? Oh, yeah, that's Keith Behringer.
Yeah, he he said Alumni Hall
Who is that?
crushed it with the online discount. And I assume I'm not going to say frugal, but I assume he's fairly good with numbers.
Well, that hat that I have, that brown one with the trucker hat with the Nebraska patch.
Yeah.
Alumni Hall.
Yes, sir.
What's up, Coach McGuire?
What's up, y'all? How y'all doing?
I'm good, man. How about you?
I want to talk to you.
That's tough on everybody.
I know. Because I can't talk to you about wide receivers right now. It's been quiet.
Nah. Yeah. We talked about ZB the other day.
No, yeah, I don't think so.
And he's out here balling.
Mm-hmm.
He'll mess around and start against Minnesota.
Xavier?
Yeah.
I guess when I meant it's going quiet, I just haven't, because of how loaded that room was.
And remember I told you 21 hours?
You did.
He did have a couple people that believed in him, though.
Mm-hmm. You did.
I did.
They don't care about how much you know until they know how much you care. And
yeah, man, that's about self-worth.
1 or 2.
That's self-worth. Let's go to 1, because I saw did you see Stratton County's bus at the hotel right here?
No.
Yeah, big old tiger out there.
I drove behind.
That's on you.
Yeah,
like Doc said, that's totally on me.
All right, Shane, let's go to line 1. Cody, what's up, man?
What's going on? Good morning. How are you guys? Happy Friday.
Hello, my high school expert. What's up? Do you want Sautter's job?
I don't know about.
You make too much money building houses,
that dude
but
is the GOAT.
He's okay.
Talk him up.
Man, he's okay.
Such a good dude.
No, he is. He's fantastic. I like him a lot, a whole lot.
Hey, also
still average at his job.
I don't know.
Don't take opinions from nobody.
Are we talking to Sautter now, or are we talking to Cody?
Right. Let the hate flow. What's up, Cody?
Hey, first question: is there any truth to Alabama sending coaches up here this weekend?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you get state track times, and all of a sudden people lose their mind because it has a lot to do with playing football, I guess.
Yeah. Well, Christian Jones.
Speed.
Hello.
Yeah. Well, so here's the thing about CJ, and I love him. He is like one of my own, although I would never take him from the great Lisa and Dave, but He's been running those times, right? So Christian is one of those guys that he camps well and he tests well. Like, this is not new to him. He's that dude.
Mm-hmm.
He runs track, you guys. He runs track because he can. He's like the Carter Mick of baseball. Who's
going to be pitching tonight?
I'm just doing. Hey, that
matchup
is fantastic because Miller, he's a stud, and East hasn't seen him yet this year. He's like, he's gifted. He is really gifted.
Yeah, that whole 100 final was gifted.
Yeah, but you know what? But the best athlete on that complex yesterday, and she showed out with her 4 goals.
LaDamie?
Yes, is Davies. Mm-hmm. She's not only a great athlete,
student. I heard
she's a great person. She's a ridiculous
I was
student.
talking to Cliff Caesar, and he goes, "She's smart.
Listen,
she could go to Stanford.
She can go wherever she wants to.
Mm-hmm.
Anywhere in the country, she can go. MIT.
Yeah.
Do they run track at MIT? She listen.
If they do, she's there.
She'll get out of bed and run 11.7.
Hey, how much of your guys' weekend will be spent watching 7 innings live?
I don't know. I mean, I gotta go to Des Moines. I gotta figure out how to get my TV game right on my phone and act like I'm paying attention.
I got my dad coming into town.
Yeah, you know what? I might, Cody. I think I have to take Zoe with me, so that kind of curbs my enthusiasm about eating.
Good show.
Because she is like very simple. But I don't know.
Stop at Borden Arrows down on the south side by the airport. Best pizza besides Pisons, of course. But Borden Arrows, they got this cracker crust they do.
Oh, like Lavash?
Yes.
Okay. You might have to text that to me. What else we got? Does Prep have a lot of fast kids?
Jack Gilgley's okay.
Yeah.
Oh, just okay?
Listen, he has some mercs. And you know what? So here's my favorite thing about him. He acts like it's effortless. He's not even straining.
The best runners, though, make it look easy.
Dude, that's
How
why.
about the week prep boys have had this week?
I know. They're
all together.
It's
soccer.
I like to joke with Coach Yonk and Coach Lukey and that brass. You got 1,000 boys. You better do something.
Did you see the form of Jay Brown on the high jump? The Fosbury flop? Oh, man. I did a presentation on the Fosbury flop. Great.
What's that? Yeah, she's the best athlete. She's the best athlete in her family. Better than Lance. Better than Elliot. She's the best athlete in the house.
Cody, we appreciate you, man. Thanks so much.
Lance is probably texting
right now.
Call me a couple of expletives.
We're talking to Mike Schaefer after the break. All things football, all things Schaefer. We'll do that next. It's Coffee and Cream.
Football.
Rogers and Benning will be back in 4 minutes. Rogers and Benning will be back in 3 minutes. Rogers and Benning will be back in 2 minutes. Rogers and Benning will be back in 1 minute. Rogers and Benning will be back in 30 seconds. Coffee and Cream on Hail Varsity Radio with Andrew Rogers and Damon Benning.
We watched a lot of. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I see social media has jokes today. All right, you guys and gals, yuck it up today. Get at your boy. I'm not going to go
Are they only tagging you?
I don't know, man. I'm not going to go all Ralph Tresvant and be sensitive. You're so sensitive. I am a Pisces and the youngest of 5, which automatically makes me a baby.
Oh, man.
How you like them apples?
I'm looking at your replies. They are only tagging you.
That's okay. Uncle Ruru.
How about them apples?
Yeah, whatever.
Uncle Ruru just chilling. Hey, we watched a lot of.
Did you take a potty break?
We did. We just got done with a potty break.
Go potty. Go potty.
That's what my 2-year-old niece thinks we do every time we go to break.
I can't see him.
We watched a lot of college baseball yesterday, so I want to take a moment and tell you about the College World Series kickoff party at Omaha Design Center. It's their opening day celebration. What will be there? Well, classic game day food and drinks with a fully stocked bar. It's just 2 blocks from the stadium. It's an outdoor pre-party experience with live DJ and yard games. You can reserve your kickoff party tickets for $20 a person at omahaeventgroup.ticketleap.com. Again, omahaeventgroup.ticketleap.com. And you know what? They would love to host a private pre-party experience for your corporate company too during the CWS. So if you're interested in that, it is Beth Rayer who you should contact, and her email, beth@omahaeventgroup.com. beth@omahaeventgroup.com.
Hello, Beth.
Beth. We're going to be down at the College World Series. We'll be broadcasting down there.
Yeah.
So I'll probably be a part of the pre-party eventually. If there's bags, I'm there.
I can't wait. And I'm going to be hanging out with Louisville Slugger. So come see your boy.
You're going to be taking some hacks in the cage?
Yeah. So one time, and Sash can attest to this, we were trying to hit the that's when I bumped into Matt Harvey. And I, as a Tar Heel fan, this was when Matt Harvey was going
good.
No,
when he was going through some stuff.
Actually, going through some things. Right? The Mets were like, yeah, I don't know about this whole Dark Knight thing, but anyway,
I think I got some audio of Damon bumping into him.
Oh, no look past.
I gotta check
I'm
on
not
her.
wearing hockey
I have
pads.
not checked on JC in a minute. I better check and make sure she's okay. By the way, before I tell the story, did we have Schaefer yet?
We do.
Because you're obviously
he's
not
here. He's
producing.
loaded in.
Yeah, well, try producing.
He gave me a thumbs up.
Okay. Oh, I can't. Do I look like I can see?
Well, you're not like B. I can see.
He said, I got 2 eyes.
I got 2 eyes. You're right.
Yeah.
There's Shafe. What's up, man?
How we doing, guys?
I can't hear Shafe. Talk to me again, Mike J.
How are we doing, Damon?
Over on Shane's side.
Shane,
like
I cannot hear Michael Jehoshaphat.
So you're coming through somewhere.
Schaefer.
All right, I'm just going to keep talking. Going to have really salient points. No one's going to hear anything.
Hey, Shane, it's going to be okay.
I know.
Okay.
He was
okay.
I thought
Good
you had
stuff.
like bipolar or
Hey,
something.
I guarantee you, Schaefer right now is saying something smart. We
No, I
can't
would
hear him,
never.
but you
No,
know he's super
would never say
sarcastic.
anything like
Schaefer,
that.
are you here yet?
I'm here. I'm talking.
Oh my Lord!
I like his hat though.
No, Shape. Yeah, Shape's a good dude. Shane, let's.
I'll just call him.
Okay, Shape.
Sorry,
we'll be
Mike.
right back.
All right.
We got to call you.
Like, what is going?
That was the look of defeat by Shafe. He's all right.
It's no fun when I can't see
I know.
him.
I like to talk to him.
Hey, Shane. Remember that one time when producing was easy? That was fun.
Hey, can you tell me the Matt Harvey story while we wait?
Yeah. So we were at the CWS, and I'm not typically like a run and go see guy, but I was like, they're like, hey man, I think that was Matt Harvey. So I went and chopped it up with him, and we did this deal where he didn't, I did, and some people in my former life, where we tried to throw a certain mile per hour on the machine over in Baseball Village, and I'm about 84% sure I tore my labrum and it just healed on its own. Listen, I got a running start and did like a crow hop, trying to gas this thing up.
You are fielding a ground ball in the outfield.
Zero warm up. That's
the worst.
That joker was hanging off the shelf
So-
like this. I was like, hey.
I did something similar. My story is not as cool. You know those machines at like arcades, the punching bag machine?
Yeah.
So I did that. No warm up, no stretch. I hit it, and my wrist still hasn't healed from when I went to Kansas City for the draft.
I can't remember where we were. We were in some establishment that we thought was a sports bar, and we wanted the kids to eat in between games.
Mm-hmm.
And it turns out they were super scantily clad, and we were traumatized that the kids were seeing what they were seeing. And they had one of those machines, and I swung and missed. I'll never do it again.
Go into the cage?
The boxing thing. Yeah,
yep.
I'm done.
Mm-hmm.
Done.
Yep. Go into the octagon.
Dude, I grazed that thing.
I should call it more of a square.
I grazed it.
Mm-hmm. And would it go up to like 20?
I don't even know if it registered. It went ding, 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 ding.
The thing came back down and goes, try again.
All right, funny guy.
Mike Schaefer, what's up, man?
How are we doing? This is I don't prefer this method.
You know what? I love seeing your mannerisms and your snark like full on, and this is not fun.
You act like I'm not in control of my emotions, and I'm very poor at displaying them. How dare you?
I know. Can you believe that guy?
How dare you say such a thing?
The guy that's arguably had the most famous meltdowns ever of any interview we've ever done. Yeah, Schaefer can go 0 to 100 real quick.
Bad thing is I don't even know which of the many meltdowns he would be referring to.
So
that would be the concern.
I think the most classic had to do with an offensive coordinator about.
Oh yeah.
Now he does.
Our good friend, the head coach at Coastal Carolina,
yes,
managed to just fail his way up all the way through the college football ranks.
He's dead. He's dying.
Oh, Shave. That was the greatest 12-minute monologue ever.
Shave, can you give me like a little recap of what that sounded like?
Tim Beck.
If I recall, I mean, it was mostly me mocking a quote that he had to the World Herald about how proud he was of the work that they had done at Nebraska and with recruiting specifically, and really him specifically sort of like taking credit for things that I don't think he actually should have been taking credit for. You know, I mean, it could go on, but it doesn't
things along those
lines.
Hey,
do you know what's funny is Coastal actually came into Nebraska with a couple of offers.
Well, look at that.
Because
coming back,
they were one of the first. I think it was Coastal, the military academies, and BC that had the early offers to Vrzal. I think Coastal beat BC beat Halfley to the punch.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah. The more you know. The more you know.
The more you know. Schaefer, speaking of recruiting, I want to take a moment and let you explain what went into your decision making Dylan Raiola your crystal ball prediction at Nebraska. Like, why at the time did you feel that way? And were you shocked to see that change as time went on?
No, I think I was more initially surprised in February when the information that I was hearing is that, you know, Nebraska was feeling good and that there had been, you know, some good conversations about where things were headed. And you go off of the information that you have, and at that time, adding that up with some other stuff that was kind of going behind the scenes that I'll probably wait to get into after Dylan Raiola signs, if I ever get into it, but that would be when I would really probably more likely talk about it. You know, adding all of that up, just combined with the whispers, and here's the other thing. I mean, Dylan Raiola talks to a lot of recruits, and those recruits sometimes talk to us and sometimes share some things. So, you know, you can't take everything 100% as accurate, but you try to put together the best information that you have. And I moved forward with it at that time. And then, of course, he came out for that Minnesota basketball game in February, which still remains somewhat weird. The timing of that visit was weird. Everything about it was kind of strange. And then, of course, the outside reaction to it really sort of led one to believe that Nebraska had a good chance. And you were hearing stuff about Georgia, and it didn't seem to be as strong at that time. And USC comes in. I mean, so it was, you know, I joked way back when about calling it the Dylan Raiola coaster for his recruitment. I mean, that's basically what it was. There were some twists and some turns, but it ended back where it started, and that's with Georgia. And so, you know, I assume he's going to stay committed to the Bulldogs, and we'll see kind of what happens from there, and we'll see what happens with Nebraska and you know, what they choose to do with quarterback recruiting.
Yeah, I go back to all the conversations that I was having with Dom real time, and I think he all but told me if I was like picking up any deductive clues in hindsight. I mean, he all but said Georgia was the school to worry about, not USC. So I don't think that's a super surprise. I don't think it's an upset either. I think the thing that bothers me, and I've been off of, like, I think we've talked the least about Raiola just because I felt like I had a good handle on it early, is I don't like the whole, well, when or if it doesn't work out, like, Nebraska will be back in the fold. Like, it's not that kind of family. It's not that type of party. And I don't think they're the type of people to come crawling back to anything, right? Like, number one, don't assume it's not going to work. Number two, I just don't like, just imagine what would come with coming back to Nebraska the second time around like that. I didn't like that talk either.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. We're just playing the percentages of what happens with kids these days in recruiting.
100% factual.
You know,
you're right.
If you look at any quarterback class in the last 5 years and you just take the top 20 guys, I would guarantee that there'd be a percentage over 50% of guys that have transferred already one time from the school that they're at. So, you know, and then that number is even higher when you talk about the top end guys because they expect that they're going to play wherever they're at. I mean, I don't think anyone thought Quinn Ewers was going to leave Ohio State until he didn't get that job, and then he left Ohio State. So it has nothing to do with Dylan Raiola specifically, or even the Raiola family. It's just sort of playing the percentages of what's happening in college football now. And so when I say, you know, if it doesn't work out at Georgia, it has everything to do with the fact that there's no way in hell Dylan Raiola is going to spend 4 or 5 years there and never be the starting quarterback. So if that's the route that it's going early, he will leave. And whether it's Nebraska or USC, San Jose State, wherever it is, I mean, if he's not the starting quarterback by his third year, he's going to be gone. That's just how these things work. Like, it's not a slight against him. It's just the way that college football has gone.
It's also how Georgia quarterbacks have been trending over the years. Mike Schaefer, Nebraska.
Well, yeah, I mean,
yeah.
They've had starters leave, you know, halfway through their career. Mm-hmm. So, you know, Georgia has populated the transfer portal quarterback market on its own.
Schaefer, let me ask you something. We've been talking kind of all week, or probably the last 6-7 days, about balance, right? It started out with me asking your partner in crime, BC. I said, who do you think takes shape first in terms of establishing an identity, offense or defense? And he answered the question. And then I was like, okay, let's assume that Nebraska doesn't want one to be that much better than the other. Who most resembles having productive balance on both sides of the ball in the Big Ten West for you?
Like, what other team most?
Yeah, right.
It's tough because at times Wisconsin has, but it doesn't feel like that as much recently.
That's funny. That's Andrew, and he said, you know what? Maybe not as of late, but when Nebraska first got into the conference, BC gave a different answer, and so all three of us were different.
You know, the one that I guess this is a different team because it's not like Nebraska has played them a lot, but their program outside of maybe a 2-year stretch, they seem to be pretty good on both sides of things. Penn State, I mean, I think they're a fairly balanced program that's not at the super upper echelon the way that Michigan and Ohio State have been. So I think that they might be kind of a more fair example of recent balance. Otherwise, it's kind of hard. I mean, the conference does split into offense, defense. And then you have kind of at the lower level, like Minnesota retains a level of balance.
That was BC's answer.
They're not great at either portion of it. They're just either slightly above average or average at both. But rarely are they just horrific on either side of the ball.
Could I convince?
They're not great at it.
I went with Illinois.
I can't get on board with that.
At least you're honest.
Flash in the pan, DB. Flash in the pan. Play good defense 2 years in a row, okay?
Well, yeah, and one of the things, and I've never been one to give Lovie Smith credit. You know, that's not something that I'm going to do.
Until he gave the Bears the number one pick.
Well, you know, he can have all the credit for that, I guess. They still chose to go with Justin Fields, so we'll see how that goes for us. But,
snarky Schaefer is the best Schaefer.
So when I look at, Illinois, they were an old team when Brett Bielema inherited that. And I don't want to take anything away from kind of what he's done, but Lovie Smith did a nice job of sort of accumulating some veterans. Like, they were generally a better team than their record would indicate. So I'm curious, once Bielema has to kind of fill that back up, now he's got to replace Ryan Walters. I can see where that's trending in the direction, but I'm not quite ready to give it the stamp of approval yet.
We're talking to Mike Schaefer, Nebraska football and recruiting for 24/7 Sports, at Mike J. Schaefer on Twitter. Mike, June is a jam-packed month of camps, 8 camps, 17 days for Nebraska football in honor of the late Frank Sinatra. Rules
my way,
his way.
My way. I like that. I like that.
First question, do you think he vibes with Frank? And second, as much as it sucks being the new kid and missing out on certain recruits, how will those misses enhance how these camps will be run? Because if there's anything we've learned about Coach Rule, is he won't let something he can control happen twice.
Yeah, I mean, I look at it like these camps are going to be really good for Nebraska to establish relationships for guys that are 26s, 27s, maybe some 25s if they haven't been able to kind of build that yet, or someone pops up on the radar. But I almost look at it, you know, the most interesting parts of these camps to me aren't really going to be for out-of-state people, because I don't look for like this mass amount. They might have some guys come up from Texas. They're going to have some satellite camps that they're going to do. But I think it'll be interesting if we're able to identify, and I'm planning on trying to be at a lot of these. We're able to identify some of these young guys in the state, you know, based on what this coaching staff is doing with them. So if you know, you see like a freshman or a sophomore at these camps getting pulled aside, and you know, it's going to be sort of interesting, because then I think you can kind of identify some of the guys early in the state that they're going to be interested in. I don't think there's necessarily going to be offers right away, but it would give you a bit of a roadmap as to what they like and sort of what's next in the state of Nebraska. Like, I think that's the most interesting thing that's going to come out of these camps, because then you're going to have, you know, a staff that's actually sort of been able to build ground relationships with kids for years, and not having to fly in last second and, you know, have to make an offer and try to convince whoever.
1,000% accurate. Like, that's almost verbatim. Yeah, that's really good, Shape, because, and I know everybody was up in arms late, but I mean, it happens, and I'm biased because I love Teddy, but you know, they all but said, listen, that's not going to happen to us again in year 2, because we'll have had guys early in camp and camping, and we'll be able to put eyes on guys. So we don't have to build our portfolio based on hearsay and what guys had on paper ahead of us, right? Like, we'll be able to do our own homework.
Yeah, and this staff specifically seems like a group that really loves the idea of getting to work with a kid before they have to like fully commit to it. Now, that's not what they've been able to do, you know, for the first half of their, you know, Nebraska career so far, because you get here, you just have to grab the players that you can grab and recruit what you can recruit. You haven't had a chance for camps yet, but they really strike me as they want the opportunity to work with people at camps. They can figure out how they're coached. They can figure out what that athleticism actually looks like, because on paper, or even just watching, you know, game film, you can know some hard data and you can know some athletic numbers, but it's an entirely different ballgame when you're trying to coach a kid, when you can see what he actually moves like. You know, you can pick up different things. And so I think the satellite camps, in addition to the local ones, I mean, they're, you know, you have Dr. Elza pushing this yesterday. They're going to be down in Texas. I would imagine they're going to have a lot of freshmen and sophomores at that thing too, where they're just going to try to, you know, figure out who some of these guys are and if Nebraska is a good fit for them, just from the standpoint of coaching them and working them.
So it's interesting, because I think, God, I mean, you're kind of batting 1,000 this morning. I think kind of what I'm.
Well, he's on batting 1,000. But he's on batting 1,000.
No, but some of the stuff is like kind of hypothesis, but it's nails, because, you know, you talked about the Texas thing and Dr. Elza and them going to Texas and understanding. And Coach Rule, this staff has said, listen, I think it's going to take us about 6 or 7 months to figure out the correlation between times we see in Texas, how far along Nebraska kids are at the high school level versus, where they are in other countries and other states from places that they've recruited before, so they know if somebody's actually playing catch up or not. Like, is a 10-8, 10-900 in Nebraska? Like, what's that like in Texas 3A or 85 tackles in a season or something like that, where they can get to understand the comps better?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's 100% what it is, and they're not shying away from it. I think, for some people, they hear that and it sounds like an excuse because they want this to be a well-oiled machine right away. I mean, several of these guys are still getting back into the college football grind. Like, this isn't, this wasn't a staff of just the whole group was already coaching somewhere in the Power Five. Like, they've had people either learn to get into the recruiting world or, have spent some time away from it. And so a lot of it is trying to reconfigure what your mindset is as you go to build a team in 2023 versus what you left in the sport at the end of 2019, beginning of 2020.
Schaefer, good. That's good stuff, really. Mike Schaefer, Nebraska football and recruiting for 24/7 Sports, at Mike J. Schaefer on Twitter. You really have me just thinking over here. Just over 3 months away from the start of the football season. As this team continues to gel and takes advantage of every day, what would you say is the most important thing the team can do at this stage to improve their performance incrementally so they're ready come kickoff August 31st?
Oh, man. All right, well, if I was batting 1,000, I don't have like a great answer for this, because I think, there's no super correct thing, because it all happens in kind of what I would call darkness. Like, this is a period of time where you need people to be self-motivated, that they're getting those extra reps, that they're putting in the extra minutes in the film session, that they're giving, just a little bit more each time out. Because if you're not getting that now, you're not just going to make it up in August. Like, you can't cheat yourself on this end of things and think that you can just show up in August and everything's going to be fine. Yeah. So that's, I guess a lot of it is, if you can retain the level of work that they thought they were putting in the spring, but self-motivate it because you don't have these actual practices, I think that could go a long way for the program.
Schaefer, let me get you out of here on this. What coach concerned doesn't have to be a negative, but after the spring, looking at the scholarship distribution chart, which position coach has you the most concerned in terms of maybe pressure, in terms of what they're dealing with?
It's always one of two answers. It's either wide receivers or offensive line.
I'm glad you're on the wide receiver thing, though, because most people took that for granted.
Two different things. I mean, wide receivers, they just don't have numbers of guys that have contributed. Like, they've got a small amount of people that have contributed, so you're going to need a lot of their freshmen or guys that have never done it before to step up. Shane, thank you for the music. I know my time has come to an end.
Shane, we appreciate you, and we appreciate how observant you are, too.
Hey, appreciate you, Mike J, as always.
All right, guys, have a good one.
Thanks,
Mike
buddy.
Schaefer, Nebraska football and recruiting for 24/7 Sports, at Mike J. Schaefer on Twitter. Sometimes I don't feel like I get a loss for words, but I had that when he was talking about
He was on a roll this morning.
We'll be back with more coffee and cream after the break.
Rogers and Benning will be back in 5 minutes. Rogers and Benning will be back in 4 minutes. Rogers and Benning will be back in 3 minutes. Coffee and Cream with Rogers and Benning on Hail Varsity Radio.
I'm telling you, man, we got good people.
You come to this show for the bacon. We bring you the bacon.
So, it's weird.
My hand smells like bacon. DB was just brought bacon. That's why my hand smells like bacon.
So I'm only passionate about a few things.
Bacon?
Food is definitely one of them, right? Like, I like have food will travel. And I got, a couple buddies, and obviously that are in the food. I got a couple cow guys. I have a pig guy. Like,
you're an insane resource to have.
So
for me.
But how good,
selfishly?
So that's why. So it's guys like John. We just had one of my buddies stop by and dropped off some bacon that he cured himself. Like that's why.
And wrapped last night.
That's why I can't go backwards. Right, because once I get where the palate is,
once you get the good stuff, you can't go back.
So why can I tell you the handful of places in town that have like really good breakfast sausage? Because I think I have an idea of what really good breakfast sausage tastes like, and then it's like, oh, DB, you gotta use food snob, yada. But you got to connect. And I told my buddy Kevin, I think he's in Ottawa. He may be camping right now, but like we're gonna split it. Like I showed you the pictures of the hog. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. And he does his own stuff. Now I can't do what John obviously does, but
I don't know.
You also don't have the time to do that.
But you know what? See, that I make time for. Like if I'm at home a ton, especially after a certain, after 5, I'm trying not to leave again, especially if I'm out of season.
Right.
I like to cook and I'm in the kitchen. Like that's on the weekends.
Okay.
Like if I'm home, I'm always thinking like, what can I make? I got what I paid for, so I'm kind of mad. But I went to this Echo thrift store. It's on like 96th and Q. It's a cool.
Could you hear your own thoughts?
It's a cool. After
you talked.
More like the environment, like ECO than ECHO. But I bought a kettle grill for $38.
Okay.
The handle broke already.
Oh, okay.
But I just wanted something simple that I could use, like basic charcoal.
Yeah.
Because my Weber didn't make the trip over, and I can only have so many cooking tools.
So the handle broke, but can you fix it?
I could probably glue it, but it's a super cheap grill. But anyway, I say all that to say, like I finally just did, because I only have a Traeger and that's pellets and a barrel, which is a drum. So if you're going to get in there, and you got to get in there, right?
Right.
It's not like just throw some charcoal in and fire that bad boy up. You got valves and you got to do the temp and stuff like that. And so we just thighs. Obviously, he's the guy that told me 99 cents a pound for the thighs. So he did thighs, just grilled them.
I need to follow John on Twitter.
And did buffalo. He's Johnny the Pig on Twitter. And just did a buffalo sauce. And it was just good to have a plain grilled piece of chicken. You know what I mean? So sometimes I just like simple. And he's curing his own stuff. Like
he said he cured it, 10 days?
I'm going to show
go grab it. Can you go grab it and show how big it is?
Me likey.
Look how big the strips of bacon are.
I don't know if
go to the stream, everybody on YouTube right now.
I don't know if the camera does this justice.
Here,
but
put it against like the Hail Varsity behind you. Okay?
Yeah, like
that's how much. So if you can imagine how it's half of the graphic of the ribbon.
Yeah, it's what is this? 8 inches?
How many strips are in there?
I mean,
I don't know. Probably
that's probably 8. I think maybe even 12.
I'm gonna put
that almost looks like a foot.
I'm gonna put it.
Doesn't that look like a foot?
Yeah, it does. I'll put it next to a pen. It's just pretty. Like
and guys, you can't get what we get here, but the smell of this.
Yeah,
I'm not even close. It's on DB's side of the table.
I put it next to
it. Smells outstanding.
Yeah,
outstanding.
I open up some salsa.
So anyway, So anyway, that's why I'm a snob.
So,
not to go all food, but
so you're cooking that, right?
Absolutely.
Right? Where on the griddle?
Probably not. I'd put this in the oven.
Okay.
So my new thing is I put it in. It's not that I bake it in the oven. I've been putting bacon in the oven for years. But you know how they put another baking sheet on top? Have you seen that on TikTok?
I sure have.
It's like one extra cleanup step, but it's worth it when you have good bacon. How about the perspective?
Yeah, the difference there. Yeah, that's. I mean, 3 mechanical pencils, right?
Yeah, it is.
I'm sure this is about 4 inches, right?
That's why I can't go backwards.
Yeah, I can understand.
And I'm a total bacon snob.
Well, since this segment hasn't been about sports, we might as well continue that with our caller on line 1. Shane, go ahead and bring him on. Let's talk to Ramon. Ramon initially called in about 45 minutes ago, so we're happy we could finally get to you. Ramon, thanks for calling back. You're here to talk about Dexter.
I am. Good morning.
Good morning.
What's up, Ramon? It's kind of weird. I mean, but I like the radio voice, so you can hit us up and just kind of tell stories. And I'm like, I wish when I grew up I had a cool voice. But go ahead, man. Good morning.
I'll do that sometime. Just story time, you know. But this isn't a full review. It's just a recommendation. I know we actually schedule our reviews.
Yes.
So the reason I'm calling about Dexter is because, Damon, you've expressed your frustration about these shows just have a handful of episodes and then they leave you hanging.
This show did leave you hanging.
It did initially, but they kind of tried to make an atonement because the original run was 2006 to 2013. And then they came back for another season in 2021. So 8 years later,
right?
They kind of tried to fill in some of the gaps and address some of the things people were kind of frustrated about when they left.
So,
and
real quick, did Dexter for you run its course? The original? Because it kind of did. It kind of did for me. My oldest sister was a big Dexter. She watched Dexter too.
I felt like it did. I was really pretty frustrated with the last couple to 3 seasons. I thought it was great when it started.
Yeah.
And then it just got real. I
Slow
don't
down.
even use this. Yeah, I don't even use the word janky, but it got janky. You know, some of the things, some of the storylines, I'm just like, why would you even do that?
So here's the thing, you guys. I know I complain about the 6 series and then stopping or whatever, but so this is what I've heard so far. Yellowstone went too long. Dexter kind of jumped the shark. Like, there's a couple of these shows that hung on for a few seasons too long. Yep. Nobody liked the Game of Thrones last season. I don't know enough about Game of Thrones, but people complained. So I guess I don't know what the happy medium is.
I feel like Breaking Bad was the happy medium.
Okay, how many seasons was it?
They did 5. Well, it was actually more like 6, but 5 had a first and second half. And they ended it intentionally.
Okay.
It didn't just keep going. And plus it was a great show.
I've never seen it.
Oh yeah. Breaking Bad was, you know, and the thing about Dexter though, they came back and they wrapped it up and it was better than I hoped it would be. And it was just 1 season. And I think if you watch Dexter and you haven't seen Dexter New Blood, the reboot, it was definitely worth watching.
Did you watch The Godfather of Harlem?
I haven't yet, but my dad's been on me because he says I really need to watch that.
So
and he really enjoys it.
It's about every 10 TikToks for me, and I'm half tempted to watch it. It looks fantastic.
You basically watch it on TikTok.
So I'm either doing that one or Peaky Blinders. Those are the two.
Yeah, you've been on Peaky.
Did you see Peaky Blinders, Ramon?
I've seen neither one of them. I've heard good things about both.
Okay.
Isn't your guy Forrest Whitaker in Godfather of Harlem?
I do like Forrest Whitaker a lot, and I know that story really well. Right, that's where American Gangster, Frank Brown. Like I know, or Frank Lucas. I said Frank Brown, not Omaha's finest. Like I know that story really well. Bumpy Johnson, like historically. It's kind of when I was going through my nationalist phase, but anyway, that's neither here nor there. Ramon, I appreciate it, my guy. Anytime, hit me up with some recommendations.
All right.
Maybe
just
next.
Letting you know, Shane, my premier, responded to our link about the Foreman review.
Yeah, man, that was cool.
Shane told us.
Okay.
What? You guys? What? You guys besties? Are you and her friends now, or how'd that happen?
Well, I mean, I in my own mind, we are.
That's always how it happens for me.
I don't know how it is for her, but you know, for me.
I'm sure you're the only one that thinks that. Thanks, Ramon.
All right.
Appreciate it. He's got great marriage advice too. He uttered the best one-liner ever. But I'll tell you off air.
All right. We'll be back.
Rogers and Benning will be back in 4 minutes. Rogers and Benning will be back in 3 minutes. Rogers and Benning will be back in 2 minutes. Rogers and Benning will be back in 1 minute. Rogers and Benning will be back in 30 seconds. Coffee and Cream with Rogers and Benning on Hail Varsity Radio.
Hey, welcome back. Coffee and Cream in the morning on Hail Varsity Radio, powered by Currency. He's Damon Benning. I'm Andrew Rogers. Shane Schillerberg. Pushing buttons, doing work.
Pushing mine. That's what he does.
And we are just having some fun on a Friday. Again, for the third day in a row, Shane found his ping hat because it's golf time.
Shane Ping.
He's in the mood to talk about the PGA Championship, aren't you, Shane?
Let's do it. You want to bring Dave in?
And
you have a guy for the PGA Championship.
And remember, he does act like an entitleist.
He does, and he can Callaway all the way home.
I am top flight.
Oh boy.
You're not a Pro V1, Shane.
I'm tailor made.
Gong.
Not for this.
Gong. Dave's probably like eye roll.
Dave, good morning. Welcome at Dave Shedloski on Twitter, Golf Digest contributor. Dave, how you doing? Can you hear us, Dave?
Hey, we're doing well.
There
the
he
weather's
is.
great today. Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
Yep.
There you
are.
Gotcha.
Yes, it's been great here. The weather's terrific. 100% chance of rain tomorrow, so we better get some golf today.
So this is interesting. I'll start right at the top of the leaderboard. And I was joking yesterday or this morning because, we did our picks and we took some of the usual suspects. We each took a long shot. I took Wyndham Clark, so I'm looking like a genius because hopefully he can make the cut. We'll see what happens. But anyway, I say all that to say, I said, remember when Bryson DeChambeau was supposed to be good? He was on the come. We were building these rivalries, and then body type, injury, a lot of things have happened in the last 2 years. What was your level of surprise to see Bryson DeChambeau playing the way that he played just yesterday?
It was pretty high up there, actually, just because we hadn't seen much of we just hadn't seen much of him playing well in these exhibition matches, I guess you call them, the live golf. They don't play. And so you come to a place thinking, where has that been? But hey, he's lost 40 pounds.
Yeah.
Right now, I was still
breaking up just a little bit.
Let me try and get him a better signal.
Okay.
I'll call him back.
All right.
Okay.
Hang on with us, Dave. We'll get to him in a few moments, but it's still, I just don't know if it's sustainable.
Well, if yesterday was the best scoring weather that you'll see all week, is there something to be said for that?
For shooting 4 under?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You much rather have
but his game is such a disadvantage for this course. And that's why I think I was even more shocked that he performed well, because he's not worried about, hey, let me lay up a little bit so I get the majority of the fairway. He's letting it fly.
He's going to power through the course.
Yeah. So by just knowing, as you said, how weather conditions are going to pick up, wind speeds, I think today are between 10 and 20 miles per hour. So that's going to be a huge issue for guys that like to have the ball carry through the air, and that's Bryson. So I don't think we'll see a lot of drives 320 and above today by him or the rest of the crew. But it goes back to what Klein said, what Brad said earlier on this week. Play off the tee is going to be the most vital point to people's game.
Staying in the fairway. And weird, he went 4 under and I think led in the first round of fairways hit.
Yeah, he led all the whole field. Yeah.
So there you go.
8 drives over 3.
Shane, did we get him back?
20.
Not yet, but have you noticed the top 3 are Americans? Like I said.
Shane, all right, I'm going to go through this list.
Right there.
I'm going to go through this list. The majority of people.
Law of averages, Shane.
The majority of people are American playing in this event.
So you think he's got a good chance, or
Shane? Statistically, I would say yes. So well done there.
High probability.
But Shane, if you look at the next 4, 3 out of the next 4 are from different countries. So I'd watch out. Yeah, Corey Connors and Ryan Foxy Moxie and Victor Hovland.
The Rockets. Right clear.
Is there one from Spain there? No.
There is not, but is Pablo? Yeah, Pablo. He has the Spanish flag next to him, tied for 10th. 69 yesterday.
Yeah. How are we doing over there with the connect over there, Shane Ping?
Shane Ping.
Yeah.
I like that. I do.
Well, Shane Ping's account follows us during the show.
Let's just go on the voicemail.
Oh man, he must be in a tough spot.
Gee,
is Dave in a tough spot? That's okay. We can improvise.
We can. And there were a lot of great moments in round 1. One being Tom Kim, like I said, playing around, rolling around in the mud. And then his reaction afterward was
you gonna be all right?
Hysterical. I mean, he was covered.
Yeah.
Covered in mud.
You gotta do what you gotta do, though.
But can you let's really analyze the list here. Like, can you really believe that less than 20 golfers closed round one below par?
No, I can't. And here's the funny thing. How good is it to see, because occasionally, and it's usually in majors, do you enjoy watching Adam Scott play well? I do.
I'd say yes.
Quietly, a guy that doesn't it seems like it came and went because he's got to be, 30, 38 maybe? 37, 38, 38, I'm going to guess.
Okay.
It doesn't seem like he's older. How much older?
42.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Okay, so that maybe seems right then. I get some of my years confused. The whole COVID thing screwed me up with 6-year and 8-year seniors. No, I'm kidding. But
does he have an extra year of eligibility?
Remember the struggles early on with the putter and grounding the putter and using the long putter and the woes.
Using
and
the
as game
broomstick.
came and went.
Sure.
I like kind of seeing him flash, for a few rounds, typically in majors. Like, I kind of like Adam Scott as his temperament.
I liked Keegan Bradley as a long shot yesterday. I don't know
said
if
you were going to go for. You said you were.
I was between him and Burns.
Yeah.
And of course, Bradley is the one that shoots 2 under.
But I think a lot's going to change.
No,
because I think more than normal with the weather, temperament is going to factor in. Because I think you got to have some grind to you.
Right. Yeah.
So I that one's going to be interesting. How about Shane balking at Dustin Johnson as if to kind of laugh it off?
Well, and I said, do you remember?
And I
said, I don't trust his back.
Yeah. I go, wait, Dustin Johnson, because he had top 6 odds.
Yes, he did.
He had top 6 odds.
And we can ask our professional about it.
Oh, we got Dave back?
Dave's back?
Let's go for it.
Speaking of backs.
I guess Rochester doesn't like phone.
Well, you talked about weather not being nice up in the Northeast. Some were saying yesterday was the nicest day they're going to get. Is it?
Oh no, today is beautiful.
Okay. So is it fair to say shooting even par would be a win come Sunday for a lot of these guys, knowing the weather that is to come?
I think if I think they're going to be under par. I definitely think they're going to be under par. How far under par, I don't know. But if you're around even after 36, you have to probably like where you're at, because it's certainly not going to get any easier. The amount of rain we're going to get tomorrow, I guess, is going to be significant. That might make it easier to keep it in the fairway, but it just makes it longer too. So 6 of one, half dozen of the other. Pick your poison.
Key stat for you, is it going to be putting? Is it going to be hitting fairway accuracy, or is it strokes gained tee to green? The way this course is playing.
I when I was looking at some of the odds, I found it funny that guys who were leading the tour in total driving weren't necessarily among the favorites, and I really liked guys who were near the top in total driving, hitting the fairways plus distance. Guys like Keith Mitchell, who you wouldn't think would have a lot of success. He hasn't in majors, and there he is, a couple off of the lead. Certainly Dustin Johnson fits that mold. There are some other guys like a Siwoo Kim, who you don't think of, who's 14th in total driving. So I really think it's driving accuracy that's going to matter. If you can hit a little farther, that certainly helps.
Dave, who would you say has a lot of value at this point that may not have the best score, but you liked his swings following day one?
Tony Finau.
He's one of my picks. We got 2 apiece, and I took Finau.
Yeah, he was 6 over after 9 holes, and then played 3 under on the back to get the +3, and he's now +1. There's some value in that if you got in on that after his start. So yeah, I really like him. Other than that, it's hard to find value, because what we see at Rochester, at Oak Hill, and what we've seen over the years, and any of the majors that have been held here, is if you're in the top 2, 3, 5, those are the guys that end up winning the championships, whether it was Jack Nicklaus back in 1980 at the PGA, or Lee Trevino in 68 at the U.S. Open, or even Sean McKeel was second after 36 holes. Jason Duffner was first after 36 holes back in 2013. So hard to find value. If they're near the top, they're probably going to stay there.
All right, so we got top 2 picks, and then we got to take a long shot. He had to be 45-1 or greater. Sentimental value, I wanted to take Ricky Fowler. I did, and like I said, I took Wyndham Clark. But does Ricky Fowler have a chance? I feel like every year I'm cheering for him to get one. Does Ricky Fowler have a game that you think could suit this course?
He's played well in some U.S. Opens, but those were kind of unusual U.S. Opens with setup that's not U.S. Open-like. So I have to say no as much as I like Ricky.
Dave, we appreciate your time. Sorry for the short segment. Sorry for the bad connection, but hopefully we can talk again soon.
You bet. That'd be great.
Thanks Dave. Dave Shedloski, Golf Digest contributor at Dave Shedloski on Twitter. When we come back, Mike Sautter, who we didn't know if he'd be coming in or if we'd be doing him via stream. I'm assuming it's stream because he's not here yet. So you'll see him there.
Rogers and Benning will be back in 4 minutes. Rogers and Benning will be back in 3 minutes. Rogers and Benning will be back in 2 minutes. Rogers and Benning will be back in 1 minute. Rogers and Benning will be back in 30 seconds. Coffee and Cream with Rogers and Benning on Hail Varsity Radio.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
Mike Sautter.
I would agree, Damon.
Mike Sautter.
Yeah.
Mike Sautter.
Oh, man, you're going to put me on the spot.
Mike Sautter.
A true treat to have Mike Sautter actually here in studio. Not fully recovered, but on the process of being fully recovered. And this is the perfect ad read for somebody that took in some personal injury. Let's take a moment and tell you about Dire Law. Just in case, Sautter, in case. You may need it sometime, but I wanted to tell you, or tell congratulations, because that's an order to the Dire Law team, as they took fight in front of a federal jury last week in Omaha. After days of testimony, the jury awarded their client $3 million in damages, which is huge. You can trust in the team at Dire Law to help ensure that your rights are protected and you get the settlement you deserve. Call Dire Law at 402-393-7529 or visit dire.law to chat with trusted professionals about your claim. That's Dire, D-Y-E-R .law. So, Sautter,
I would have to
I guess the question everybody wants to know.
Emotional injury doesn't count.
Right.
Yeah, I know I was hard on you, but
I would have to be
but
suing myself.
How would $3 million sound? Huh?
I did it to myself.
Dire.law.
Yeah. Cam Newton put me on the spot. You got all his lines down.
Bro, I'm breathing heavy right now.
Dude,
he didn't sprint.
That was
a
fast
speed
walk.
It was a fast walk.
You
walked
better in here hurt, wrapped up than you did normally.
I wanted to be on time.
It's
very important for me.
Yeah, I know
to be on time.
That's a good thing. The Rogers Sautter wrestling match is taking place today.
We can go. Like
I will. You're good. Shane, get your finger on the dump button.
Put the move that table.
How many expletives has he said already in like 4 minutes?
Move that table.
I will move the table and I will wrestle you with one damn leg right now.
Is the champ
and I will beat you because I will.
Is the champ
trust
here?
me, I will.
This dude walked in. He said, "Thank God for the pregnancy chairs." I was like, "What?"
No, the shower one.
Like, what are we talking about? Can I get some context?
Okay, so there's like chairs that you can bench whatever that people. I don't know. My wife, when she was pregnant, she used it to shower so she could sit and be more comfortable and like shave her legs or whatever. And so man. we just happened to keep it.
So
for
you
some
can shave
reason.
your legs?
So half my leg is shaved.
I used to, so don't make fun.
So
you can shave your legs.
Not anymore.
So I showered with my bum leg. Like it was amazing. I like sat. No wonder why people put benches in like their showers and stuff. Like build those in. I'm like, wow, this is amazing.
If you're older or have a disability, I can't like
listen. I
need to stand up and wash your bum hole.
Do you want to see my handicap badge? I got one in my car actually.
Man, that dirt looks amazing.
Hey, please don't be that dude.
I won't, but if I need it, like today, if I'm planning on going to baseball,
I kind of frown upon that.
No, did you see my leg?
Today I get it. Yeah, if he's hobbling up to the towel stairs, yeah, you need to park in that.
Did you see my leg
of parking spots?
Did you see my leg? Do you want me to share the picture?
Towel.
I was like,
towel.
We are talking about showering. Are you talking about that?
I took 2 showers in 2 days. And I feel
you
great.
went 3 without one,
bro. You saw the picture of my leg, right?
I'll tell you what.
My leg.
I slid a garbage bag right down the side. On one side, I wrapped that bad boy up. I'm not doing that. Like. I was mortified. I showered. I said, I'm going.
I showered when they said I could take the wrap off. That was Thursday. I did yesterday, and I showered this morning. So I've showered 2 days in a row. But yes, I did. I was. Do you see the picture of my leg?
Yeah, it was ugly. So the not the
knee, not the scope,
but the stitch
on the side of my leg. Yes,
that is long.
It's like 7 inches.
Are you going to turn that into a tattoo?
I might. I'm thinking I need tattoo ideas for it.
Don't do the leg tattoo thing. This
is like around the thing.
Not?
It's kind of cool. It's kind of. I mean,
it's not girls soccer. This is covering media. Not that it's a negative. I'm just saying, like, leg tattoos were a thing. I was like, wow.
Leg tattoos right now are big. The thigh tattoo things are I don't get.
I watch television, man. I know.
I'm just saying, like, there's a lot of
when
kids.
It's not buffering.
Dude. Hey, the NBA game the other night buffered bad.
Oh, it's been buffering.
I know. It's
what is going on?
Are you on YouTube TV?
Yes.
Last night was. I think
was
he's
so
YouTube
mad.
because of
We
me.
can all buy.
I am.
And I'm YouTube because of my guy Josh.
I'm
And he
YouTube
said,
TV.
"Don't worry about
It was
buffering."
so bad.
No, I know.
Like, and I was like, is it me? And then I pulled my phone. I was like, is it okay? Maybe
It
it's
wasn't
just a
great
connection.
last night
Nope.
either.
No.
So it was not great.
But it's just NBA for me. It's
The Lakers weren't great
not
either.
NHL.
Shut up, man.
Your Lakers weren't great.
My
Neither
guy-
were the Dodgers.
He's talking like the Cardinals are like world beaters right now.
Hey,
They're in the cellar.
Hey, the Cardinals
I'm a
are
Cubs fan. and I-
Enjoy that wine in that cellar, bro.
Hey, and you know what? We're drinking like some good stuff right
Some
now.
peanut
How's that
grigio.
Wilson-
We're
how's that
drinking- we're
Contreras
drinking some
move
good
working
stuff.
Well,
This-
he finally
we're
torched
drinking
the
Bordeaux.
Dodgers last night.
How's that Contreras move working out?
You strike me as more of a Moscato guy, a little dessert.
I
Sweet.
don't really
Real
drink
sweet
wine.
guy.
I don't
Who's
drink
gonna
wine.
crush my grapes? Who's gonna make
I
my
am
wine?
drinking wine though. It does taste like apple juice.
So you did have time besides driving your family stir crazy. That's a fantastic baseball write-up you did.
Oh, thank you. I did that last night.
I knew somebody was going to call you on the Carter Mick thing, but of all the information that you compiled, I thought because he was a junior, and I think
I fixed it. Yeah, that's my bad.
Yeah.
I was literally laying in bed with the ice machine on my leg.
I was like
trying
he
to get it done.
he just shorted my man crush a year.
Yeah, that's my fault.
Yeah,
Hey,
you still
by
get
the
to
way,
fanboy tonight though.
No, I'm neutral tonight.
by the way,
He's still my guy, but I'm neutral.
so last week I said Carter Mick. Oh yeah, he's probably the second, third best pitcher, whatever. Okay, it's Paul Shortridge or Carter Mick are the best pitchers for Lincoln East. Give or take, their numbers are pretty dang equal. I saw Shortridge deal against Millard West the first time. For me, like he's probably a little bit better. I don't know. And then I actually talked to Coach Lanik, and I have a great relationship. Did a really long podcast with him at the beginning of the year before the season started. So hey, my fault. Whoever was calling me out on Carter Mick being the second best pitcher on Lincoln East. And by the way, if you really care that much to send text messages about it, then find something better to do with your life.
Dude, I was helping you out.
I'm just saying, though.
He wasn't mad. He said
Felt like it was mad.
He
Felt like it was
said
taking a shot.
it needed context. He said if Mick is their third best pitcher, I'd like to see who's 1 and 2.
Okay, Shortridge
He's
Shortridge
an
or Mick
East
are 1 and 2.
fan. He
I know.
wasn't like
Shortridge or Mick is their ace. Either one. Shortridge can't go today, so Mick is getting the job. They're getting it today. The pitching matchup is awesome. Lincoln East versus Millard West. Drew Dermer is, for my money, the best pitcher in the state.
and they haven't seen him
And
yet.
they have not. Yeah, Millard West is
Matters a ton.
Millard West is 0-2 against Lincoln East this year, but Dermer hasn't pitched in either of those games. And he's the best pitcher.
Will
in
it
the
matter
state.
that they had to play too?
I don't know. Maybe not. Just you look at. Right now it's if you look at East, Mick hasn't gone. He can go full go. Dermer can go full go. It just depends on who can. I think it could be a low scoring game, honestly, and move pretty quick.
I think the day off helps.
Yeah,
that point.
They built it in
I know,
Thursday
for those
weather.
reasons,
right?
Yeah.
For weather is why they did it, and now they did. So it'll be fun. I love, Coach Lanik. People either love him or hate him. I love him. I think he's awesome. I love his intensity. I love the way he cares about his players and his program. And Millard West is like, they're the stuff right now. And it'd be very interesting to see what happens.
Really
tonight.
good lineup.
East tonight.
East probably in a little more pitching depth too.
Yeah, East. If you would have said East makes a state final, you would have thought last year's team because they had a little more like depth and all that pitching and everything. But what East has done this year and Coach Lanik with this group is
impressive,
very impressive to make it to the final.
How about Ron Colley, Washington's repeat? Remember we thought it was a Bohm thing and it was about the Rogers.
Right.
It's just a good baseball program.
It wasn't about me.
Coach Hoover does a great job.
Rogers giving them the D.
Coach Hoover does a great job. They won in what 18? When was that? Legion.
They won the Legion title, which was their
first I think ever, and ever since then, kind of really rolling. And multi-sport kids a lot. They're just running into like Malcolm can really remember Hayden Frank, like the basketball court, really good athlete. He's probably their best or second best player. So Meyer is pitching today for them, and
will their superintendent make the trek to Omaha? All signs point to S.
I would imagine everyone will be there.
Ryan Terwilliger.
Yeah. Mason Wisniewski.
You know Dallas will be here.
Yeah, he will. Mason Wisniewski is their team leader. He's only hitting 557 in the year.
Only?
It's hard. It's kind of relative.
But it's like who you play, like but their numbers are really
this
good.
Is a good matchup in my opinion for the first year for C.
Yeah, it's fun.
At State.
Yeah, Roncalli was the sort of afterthought, right? Like they're 500.
I think they were they the 7?
They're the 7.
Yeah, they were like 500. Roncalli was 500, and by the way, Wyatt Yetter, remember him on the football field? Killed it, really good athlete, all that stuff. So,
can I ask you a question real quick? Are we missing the McGill quarterback buzz thing?
Because we talked.
But it was so long ago during the football season.
Yeah, it's coming.
I feel like
it's coming.
He's kind of.
It's coming. He got a Division II. He got an offer from I think Northwest Mo last week. I think it was, or Division II one. So Brady McGill, it's coming. I think like if he goes to Lindenwood and stuff like that, I think there'll be some stuff there.
Let's go LU.
Just make sure. And I said this last week, folks that you care about that are going to Lindenwood. What I try to tell them is. A lot of bodies, a lot of people. It's a little bit of a meat market. You got to go get reps.
You got to go get them. You can't wait.
Don't wait. Don't get in the back of the line, man. Go steal reps.
Right. And McGill and Roncalli. So this is totally off the subject, but our 7-on-7 tournament that we're doing again June 22 and 23, by the way, at Millard West, with the help of Battle.
We'll just be getting one of our guys.
And it'll be like West Side, Bellevue West. You know who I have coming? Boone Central.
Oh, nice.
They're going to be really good.
Yeah.
And so this is an invite only thing, right?
Yeah.
So 14 teams. One of them is Roncalli because I'm targeting quarterbacks, right?
I mean, obviously you're not winning any offseason
titles,
but
it's fun.
Caleb is having his collarbone filed down on the 1st.
So there you go.
It'll be very touch and go for
We totally flipped to football, but anyway, baseball.
That's what we do.
Malcolm Roncalli is going to be a good game, and I think the Norris Elkhorn game is going to be pretty decent too.
Fountain Squared.
Yeah, for some reason, people don't like Cale Fountain.
So you know what it is.
I don't understand why.
You know what it is.
He's way good.
So baseball people can sometimes be a little. Condescending when it comes to early offers, right? I saw this a lot with Cole Eaton.
Yeah,
like,
same.
Sometimes people kind of it's not hating really. That's too easy of a term, but they're very dismissive because baseball is one of those things that they'll constantly recruit over you.
Right.
He's a big, strong kid, so I think people worry about peaking.
Right. Mm-hmm. Well, he hasn't peaked yet.
No.
So I think
so I think
you could see him pitch today. He could play like center, short, outfit, like he could play everywhere, and he could hit a couple home runs.
So I mean,
he's way good.
I think I give a slight.
Elkhorn North doesn't have Harehill pick. They not available
at all.
Mm-mm. 2 pitchers not available.
And these games going to be high scoring,
but I don't know. Maybe the Norris Elkhorn one.
Malcolm. We'll see if Malcolm's
can get run.
Offensive prowess is portable.
Right. That's and the
usually if you can hit, you can hit.
Right.
Right.
Against anybody.
Typically.
Elkhorn North. I can't pronounce Nowaski. I can't pronounce the name. So there's no way I pronounce that correctly. But he's pitching. He's going to Creighton. He pitched against Norris the first time. Only went 1 2/3.
There's a lot of D1 guys playing.
13 is the number. I asked all the coaches. 13 committed. There's a couple more with offers that haven't committed. So there's 13 committed Division I guys playing today in basically just the 2 games, the B and A game.
Question for the both of you: where does 13 compare to previous baseball state championships?
It seems
Is
high.
that high?
It seems high. Right
for 3 games,
right off the roll,
for 2 games,
like
basically.
the top of my misshapen head. It seems high.
Well, it's pretty good. And by the way, Tyson Lewis is way good.
Beautiful, just the way you are, right?
Thank you.
And Jackson Williams is a guy that probably could be football guy, could be baseball guy. Doesn't have the when I put this the 13 is just the committed guys right now.
Mhm.
So there's a couple more that
So
have
there's more
offers
sprinkled in.
Yeah, there's
Jackson Williams is probably the only guy that had a football coach drop in his baseball practice.
right.
A couple
So
weeks ago.
yeah,
There's this Jackson Williams I keep hearing about.
Tyson Lewis is really good. If you haven't seen him play, he is phenomenal.
Yeah.
The shortstop from Millen West. He's first.
Winner too.
Yeah,
Good
I went to their first game.
Winner.
Went to their first game against Prep opening night. His first at bat just smoked a double, and I'm like, I've heard a lot about this kid, right? So whatever. First at bat, just double, just smooth as butter. I was like, yeah, that guy's probably pretty good. Yeah.
Wow.
He's committed to Arkansas.
How about in televised like this?
Yeah,
it's
TV.
pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Man.
And Anna, our colleague.
Colleague. I like colleague. It's a little more professional.
And either way, is going to be calling the games. So,
all right.
Yeah. I will be there. Gosh, I hope I'm going to be there. I'm going to go home and ice my knee for a couple hours.
Hey,
I hope
so of course, guys that aren't used to getting hurt don't know how to take care of themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And we're talking about a bunch of things. I was making fun of his sure.
Okay.
The other day on,
Yep. So was I.
And I think he's still like on narcotics because he's not super coherent. And he goes, yeah. So,
Hey, spit it out.
for baseball,
Oh, I thought that's how the conversation went.
like I'm going. Like I will MF and be there on Friday. You can book it. I guarantee blankety blank damn
Like
it.
Devin Booker. Book it.
And I was like,
I said it like that. Yep.
I'm like, okay, man, like it's cool. I hope you get there. But in the meantime, get your thoughts together because I don't think you should still be taking pain pills right now. Like, are you weaning off of those?
I'm not. I'm taking like ibuprofen, like the it's a little
T3s?
higher strength ibuprofen. Another thing, I'm off the oxy. I only took 3 of those total.
High
in a
dose.
day and a half. I'm done with them.
Flush them if you
I
need
don't
to.
want to. I don't want to.
Now you can't bend, right?
No bending.
So how'd you get your shoe on? 'Cause you're a tall
my,
guy.
My I think my kid helped me this morning, or my wife, either one.
Ooh, which
My
kid?
6-year-old.
Oh yeah, she's cool.
She's old enough. Trust me.
I was surprised.
Right.
Like if you'd have.
Yeah, Lily.
If it was Lily Pad, she'd probably whacking him in the knee with that
Why's your
shoe.
Lily on your left foot?
Yeah, Lily wasn't going to do that. No.
Looks like webbed feet.
Lily, can you have Daddy with his shoe? And she looks at you like you're short.
She's like, what? No. Leighton is like the angel. Leighton's the angel. Lily is the.
She's the Sautter.
Gosh, yeah, she's got a lot of me in her.
Yeah, she's the
But
Sautter.
Leighton has been very helpful. My wife has been very helpful this week. Everyone's been great.
Thank goodness.
I
You got
really
to use
missed
the
a lot
pregnancy
though.
chair.
Mm-hmm. What'd you make of Creighton Preps week?
It's pretty
Track?
good. I wish I was there.
I know,
but track was to be expected, I think, for them.
dude.
And
That was a fast finals group.
Yeah, soccer is pretty good. I mean, the 100. You mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Jack, we knew, I guess he was the favorite going into it. I would say this.
I didn't see 10-4, though.
No, Jalen Lloyd,
fast.
when I was at Metro, Jalen Lloyd.
Normally,
and I
10-4-7 should win.
Yeah.
You State. It got you second.
Yeah.
I remember people laughing that he ran 11. I was like, you got to know Jalen.
Yeah.
He's
It's
going to
fine.
conserve himself.
Yeah.
Like, win your heat and move on.
I talked to Jalen after at Metros, and I was like, hey, man, Jack's pretty fast. He goes, that is the fastest white boy I've ever seen.
He really is, though.
Jalen Lloyd said that. Like,
I know.
And
Jalen-
Jalen's not scared to give other guys props.
And
at all.
Jalen doesn't
No.
really talk.
No. Yeah. He told me that exact words. I was like, yeah, you're probably right. And that CJ running a 10, 8, 9, whatever. Like, I mean, all those, everyone was under 11.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
It is.
Like,
And a couple guys had
Isaiah McMorris
couple guys had PBs.
10-6 something. I mean, it's pretty good. It was really good.
Mm-hmm.
Pargo's in there. But no, the prep winning was that the track title. I think that was kind of expected. I think they were sort of the favorite. Westside or prep probably.
Speaking of which, how good is Davies?
Oh yeah, she's crazy. She's crazy good.
No, seriously.
Yeah, no, everything just in life.
Like doubling in the 1-2, then going triple long.
Yeah. That's
and
hard.
a perfect ACT score.
And where do you think she's going?
Oh, I don't.
She's
know.
the Quiz
Wherever
Bowl
she
L
wants to
champion,
go.
and she's
She go wherever the hell she wants.
Yeah, anywhere. That's what
anywhere.
She's ridiculously well liked.
Yeah,
like she's just a good.
Everyone in school likes
She's
her.
just a good.
She got a 36 on the ACT.
Perfect ACT.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Dude, she's Quiz Bowl president.
Oh well.
Prep soccer winning was a little
So
bit.
if
of
I
a
have a trivia
surprise,
night,
though.
I need to be contacting the Davies family.
It's on. You know, kids typically can't make me uncomfortable. It's uncanny. She's
smarter than you.
Yes, she's a prodigy.
It's good. She's great,
and she just gets out of bed and runs 11.7s.
It's kind of like me.
She works for the 11.7, but she can get out of bed and also just do it.
So good.
It maybe took me 11.7 to walk from this chair to my car.
Yeah. We did some times yesterday in the 20.
Hmm.
You know, Anthony Rizak ran a 2.0.
People call me a West Side homer, but I just,
yeah, that face right there.
can't really
That's
talk
me,
about that.
and I'm gonna be stuck like this.
You know,
for a little bit.
you know what CJ ran? So we think CJ runs pretty well.
Yeah,
for a 20,
he ran 2.86.
Interesting. Hey, how about all the coaches coming around though?
I see
this week. Oklahoma was here.
Yeah,
you know,
well, Oklahoma's always going to
they're
go
always
to Bev
kinda-
West.
Well, they went to Millard North.
No,
too.
I know. But what I'm saying is, like,
Yeah.
they're coming because of
Because
that
home,
relationship.
Yeah, makes sense. I'm just saying Oklahoma's here. So I saw that Coach Foley was at Big Fred's. I'm guessing he was there with Coach Lamanji.
Well, so he came with Coach White.
Oh,
so they both were together.
Oh, so
and it was
Nebraska brought
awkward.
two in
Yeah, it was. Yeah, and
today?
they listen.
They need to.
They listen, right? Because you can't be bringing the Trestles and the Parkers and the Rossies and not like you have to match fire with fire.
We talked the other day, and actually Sam brought it up first. Sam McEwen on I don't know what day, Monday or something. I wasn't listening, and then you're like, "Oh, Sam," and then I went back and listened. I go, "Okay, we're thinking the same way."
Dude, he was.
You can't recruit Omaha like you recruit Lincoln. You just can't, because frankly, kids in Omaha and families, the end matters, but it doesn't matter as much. Like it doesn't right now. The shine's kind of off a little bit. You got to get it back, and the only way to get it back is to really, really, really work hard to make an effort to get some kids there. Like you got to. I don't think. Sam brought it up. You got to recruit Omaha like you recruit Kansas City, and you do. There are people, kids in Omaha right now aren't like, man, I want to go to Nebraska. That isn't the case right now. Hasn't been for more than a handful of years.
Were you surprised at Coach Coop's tone on the tweet for the camp where he referenced, a lot of slept on in my inbox? Come wake me up. I was like,
I may or may not have. I think I texted you something about that, Damon. And
by the way, is that football only? The kids don't want to go.
No, I think so. Yeah, I think what I text you was quote. I wanted to respond to that tweet with "Don't apologize or say you didn't know that."
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit of basketball too, Shane. You gotta be
Have a great day. Let's go.
Hey man, do you need a hug? As long as
I'm
you
ready
showered,
to go.
We're good.
Man, I am so ready to work today. You have no idea.
Yes, I do.
I am
because you've been
so-
a monster all week.
So ready to get back at it.
We're gonna play trivia next.
Am I?
Yeah.
You want to play?
Sure.
All right. It's Sautter more.
Rogers and Benning will be back in 5 minutes. Rogers and Benning will be back in 4 minutes. Rogers and Benning will be back in 3 minutes. Rogers and Benning will be back in 2 minutes. Rogers and Benning will be back in 1 minute. Rogers and Benning will be back in 30 seconds. Coffee and Cream with Rogers and Benning on Hail Varsity Radio.
515 Dave on YouTube. The boy Mike is on one today.
I am feeling good about life today.
Mike Sautter is still with us. He's about to play trivia before we get there.
Chairs.
It does, but that's because he gets removed for this segment, and then
he's going to beat me at that. I never am good at this.
Halfway through, but there's a theme today. It's trophy themed. Okay.
Wow.
Okay. So that just kind of get those thoughts going as Shane makes his way into TV's chair. So, hey, Shane, put on the headset.
Let's go. You want? How about you and I both tackle this?
No, I got to go run the board. But you just said it looked weird, so I just thought I'd come out and fill.
It looks really weird.
You don't fill that up very
I do
much.
not. I'm not very good at that. So.
You can go back to your playhouse.
Okay.
Thanks, Shane. Hey, but before we, I know he's minuscule on the screen. I know.
I love Shane, but boy, you look like
as we say farewell to Shane and DB's chair, we also say farewell to Zipline's first tap room, like their original tap room, because they are doing a brewery expansion. So they have to say goodbye to it. But they have a week filled of fun events next week, and I'm going to read some off for you so that when Mike Sautter feels better, he can go attend some of these events. Monday, Green Label IPA Pint Night. Tuesday, Big Prize Bingo. Wednesday, Zipline Trivia with Tom and Heather. Cask Tapping on Thursday. And Friday, the final Friday, and that is with Machete Archive, Universe Contest, and Ghost Like. But Saturday, get this, Saturday and Sunday, they're doing a few things too. Complicated Patterns release and Pint Night. So you're going to want this one so bad is what they say. You get a limited edition goblet with purchase of a pint of Complicated Patterns Hazy IPA, limit 1 per customer while supplies last. And then the last day of the tap room is Sunday, and that is Cold Roller IPA exclusive release, merch sale, and 20% off sale. So check out Zipline, give them some love on their final week of their OG tap room. Sautter, you ready to play?
Sure.
Confident. I'm
not confident at all.
Mike Sautter, I told you, man. You know, I'm like, I appreciate your presence today.
I have confidence in you.
Mike, what is the name of the PGA Championship trophy? Is it the Wanamaker Trophy, the Hagen Trophy, or the Bishop Cup?
It's the Wanamaker Trophy. I was going to answer before the multiple choice.
I'm sorry. You get multiple choice. If you don't
want
it,
I know.
tell me.
Dude,
tell me, like,
you're good.
Punch me in the mouth.
No, I
just say, hey,
want it.
I don't want it.
You're good. Wanamaker.
Question number 2. Who has won the most Conn Smythe trophies? That's the Stanley Cup Playoffs MVP. Answer choices: Wayne Gretzky, Patrick Waugh, or Sidney Crosby.
I think it's Patrick Waugh.
You going with that?
Yeah.
And question number 3. Giannis Antetokounmpo was the last internationally born player to win Finals MVP. Who was the only internationally born player to win it twice? Was it Dirk Nowitzki, Tony Parker, or Hakeem Olajuwon?
Hakeem was my.
With Hakeem?
That before you even. Yep, Hakeem was my thing. One Rockets fan, closet Rockets fan. So it's me.
All right, and then the tiebreaker question: the most watched home run derby of all time was when Justin Morneau won in 2008 at Yankee Stadium. To the closest million, how many people watched?
I have no idea. Give me.
This is tiebreaker, like so you just do it.
12.
12? Okay. Thank you. Shane, go get your boy. He goes, I
feel pretty dang good
you
right
feel
now.
Good? Okay. I think maybe it's the surgery.
I'm feeling pretty good.
Yeah, you did not.
I didn't hesitate.
You came in and you weren't feeling all right. And here you are.
I feel good. I'm feeling good.
DB's like,
good.
I don't know.
Who sings that song, by the way?
Michael Bublé.
Oh, yeah. Whoops. I'm trying not to listen to that guy.
Michael Bublé is in like home.
I like Bublé.
I said I'm feeling good, and he has I'm feeling good.
Another day.
By the way, that new J. Cole, Lil Kid
I can't stand
song
J.
is
Cole.
good. Lil whoever, one of the Lils.
Hater.
I hate him.
Hey, DB.
Little baby.
No.
Little baby's the deal.
Little John.
You look like Little Baby
What?
in DB's chair.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
Told you,
I
Shane.
think it's Lil Durk
Yeah.
and J. Cole. Anyway, sorry.
Oh, you're good. It's your show.
Right. It's your world.
Fridays from 9 to 10 it is.
We're just living in it.
Hey, DB.
What up?
Trophy trivia.
Oh,
That's the
Lord.
theme. DB, what is the name of the PGA Championship trophy?
Wanamaker.
Yeah. That's like layup.
Hey, ask for the softball. It's softball regionals today. I had to throw something in there.
I will try to. Well, it's already in my library, but I'll be watching.
Huskers at 6, Omaha at 2.
And you come here and watch it.
Come to Hail Varsity Club.
Yeah.
Question numero dos.
Okay.
Who has won the most Conn Smythe trophies?
See, I thought this was a trick question, but I do feel good about my answer.
And remember, you do get a Hail Mary for one.
Yeah,
of the
I'm
remaining
afraid
two.
to use it. It's either the obvious answer would be Gretzky, but it might be sneaky. Come back to that.
Question number 3. Giannis Antetokounmpo was the last internationally born player to win Finals MVP. Who was the only internationally born player to win it twice?
94-95, Hakeem Olajuwon.
And back to question number 2. Who has won the most Conn Smythe trophies? You want the answer choices?
Yes.
Is it Wayne Gretzky, Patrick Waugh, or Sidney Crosby?
You're throwing me for a loop with Waugh.
It's almost like it's a trick.
Shut up.
I'm just saying.
If this was poker, they'd tell you there's no talking over the table.
All right, my bad.
Can't talk over the hand, Mike.
If I beat you this one time, you're never going to hear the end of it. And I'm never playing this game again.
Well, I know I have 2 right answers, so I have the tiebreaker. Give me...
We only get to the tiebreaker if you tie to the tiebreaker.
Fudge. Give me Gretzky.
And the tiebreaker question, as I hit my sound, I did that with Mike too, as I'm typing things in.
This would be worse than losing to Arvin.
I'm just telling you. And you know Brian, so you know he's going to be
right.
I am. You feeling good? Hey, the most watched home run derby of all time was when Justin Morneau won it in 2008 at Yankee Stadium.
Sentimental pick.
To the closest million, how many people watch?
All right.
I'll go 31 million.
Oh, wow. That's way more than I guess.
Yeah, right. This is on TV.
I know. I just want to be higher than whatever Sautter said.
Okay.
So it doesn't
I
matter.
feel really good right now.
Right.
Oh, please, babe.
Mike Sautter.
It doesn't. I know I got 2, so you had to get 3 right.
Uh-huh.
I think
good mood or what?
You in a good mood?
we had the same answer twice, and the hockey one is the
difference maker.
Yeah.
Okay. So I should have said last time I didn't go with a Penguin, and it made me mad because it
you're
was
a Penguin
Yager.
fan?
Yeah, I should have said Crosby, but
I went with Waugh
he's one.
because I thought it was a trick question. Anyway, all right, let's go. Please, God.
I kind of like how you guys think through this.
Uh-huh.
The simplest questions
I'm never
cause
playing
the
this
biggest
again.
stir.
I'm never playing this again if I win right now. Which
All
I
right.
feel good.
Question
about.
number 1. What
Feel
is the
real
name
good.
of the PGA Championship trophy? Is it the Wanamaker Trophy, Hagen Trophy, or Bishop Cup? You both said Wanamaker. You both are correct.
Okay. Ding dong.
Question
Go
number
with a
3.
Hakeem one. Go with the Hakeem one.
Yep.
And
And
then-
that's what I'm going to do.
yeah.
Question number 3 was Giannis Antetokounmpo was the last internationally born player to win Finals MVP. Who was the only internationally born player to win it twice? You both said Olajuwon. You both are correct.
I should get bonus for the years.
You did nail the years too. That's nice
Okay.
work. He's a closet Rockets fan, and he said,
I am a Rockets
I
fan.
am.
It's all because of Charles Barkley.
People sleep on Hakeem historically.
He's way good.
One of the
One of the
greatest
best
players of
ever.
to ever play it.
Yeah.
Ever.
And question number 2.
Oh, Lord.
Who has won the most Conn Smythe trophies? DB said Wayne Gretzky. Mike Sautter said Patrick Waugh. The answer is Patrick Waugh! Winner!
You like how I processed myself? I said, Waugh throwing me for a loop because he
Yep.
was the only goaltender.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, today's going to be a great day.
That's all right. I hope you trip and
And-
fall getting out of the parking lot and your fake handicap stall.
Wait, what about get to the tiebreaker? Because I think I'm closer to that one too. Oh man, you're
all
getting
right.
so many text messages today from me.
See, listen,
Yeah.
that's a guy that I could not go golfing with.
For ish and giggles. The most watched home run derby of all time when Justin Morneau won in 2008 at Yankee Stadium.
I
To the
said
closest
12.
million. How
12
many
million.
people watched? Sautter said 12. DB said 31. The answer is 9.1 million.
Gosh, I beat you by 2.
I let
Today
this-
is a great
I
day,
let
people.
this
It is a
scrub
great
beat
day.
me.
Today is a great
Nice questions.
Yo, don't
Ding
blame
dong.
the questions.
Have a great day.
Whatever.
Winner
man.
over here.
See you,
The
Sautter.
champ is here.
He'll be out by the time Vrzal's done with
The
this
champ is
section.
here. The champ is here. Go ahead then, Mike.
Rogers and Benning will be back in 4 minutes. Rogers and Benning will be back in 3 minutes. Rogers and Benning will be back in 2 minutes. Rogers and Benning will be back in 1 minute. Rogers and Benning will be back in 30 seconds. Coffee and Cream on Hail Varsity Radio with Andrew Rogers and Damon Benning. Now let's find out what Matt Vrzal is better at, telling stories or making pizza.
Matt.
Matt's an exceptional young man.
Matt Vrzal.
Happy birthday, Matt.
You know, Matt, he's a tremendous athlete.
Matt Vrzal.
Come on, Matt, I'm with you.
You know, like Matt Vrzal, you're one of the sexiest people in the world, but you're not one of the most beautiful. How does that happen?
Here is Matt Vrzal.
All right, Matt, thank you very much. That'll almost never not be funny. Hey, listen, though, and maybe along the lines of our next guest and Matt Vrzal, Hail Varsity Club. They are hiring. You know, I'm always talking about Hail Varsity Club. I love Hail Varsity Club, and it's not just because I feel connected. They're looking for motivated, enthusiastic employees that want to join the team for front or back house positions. If you love serving great food, which I believe it is, and the key for me, you hear me all the time talk about customer service and hospitality, how it's a difference maker while being surrounded by sports on the job. That's what we do. Make sure you apply at Hail Varsity Club. It's for you. Go to hailvarsityclub.com/careers.
And if you're looking for good pizza as
or if you want to be perfect on purpose.
Yeah.
Which is his motto.
That is true, too.
Should be a T-shirt. I haven't seen it yet. I've seen a lot of bad T-shirts that he has, but
maybe you're taking your car to Dingman's and you're like, hey, 5 minutes down the road, I know I can go get a slice of Matt Vrzal's pizza at Paisan's. So,
or a chef salad where he skimps on my meat.
He does?
Oh, he short-sighted me.
Matt, is this true?
I'm trying to sit here and figure out why I'm wasting 4 minutes listening to you guys read ads.
Hey, listen, that won't happen again. Hey, you know what's funny, though, Matthew?
Matty V, I'm not a big fan of doing a endorsement before we bring on a guest. So if you want to slap my wrist.
You just chose to honor me with that privilege.
Yes, because you didn't answer. Yes, because you make me circle the block. You don't answer the phone. And I know. You're going to say, listen, dude, I'm working. Just stop in. But, man, you weirded me out the last couple of times. So I'm not just stopping in.
I'm going to start calling you like every 15 minutes, starting at 7 a.m.
Hey, do you remember when I used to call you early? Like we went through that stretch, and I thought I was gonna be waking you up, and this dude was always at work.
Yeah,
that's his.
Hey, do you remember when we talked about that purchase that infuriated me? About one of our friends.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's destroyed already.
Really?
Oh yeah, didn't even make it a week.
What happened?
They're hard to drive when you're not on your wheels.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, but yeah.
I feel like this is a riddle, and I have to solve it.
I'll explain it later.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, are you how can I say this without who are you cheering for in the Class A state baseball today?
I don't even know who's playing.
Millard West,
And
obviously,
Lincoln
if I
East.
bring that up, and Lincoln East.
Ty.
I'm kind of neutral today too.
Schaefer, Ty, it goes to infinity.
What about C with your old school Malcolm Clippers, where you used to coach, and Ron Colley?
Clip joint was in the other night.
Was he really?
No, the Clippers came in and ate pizza, the whole team.
Oh, I thought you said Twig.
No, the Clip joint.
Oh, that's
Twig is Twig. But yeah, we've had. I'll take the Clippers.
All right, so let's go to B with Norris and Elkhorn North.
Man, that was going to be a tough one.
I agree.
I'll probably, Norris ended up having to throw the dude. So how they battle back with pitching will kind of be the thing. I think Elk North is in a better spot with pitching. So I'm guessing Elk North's probably going to win that just because their pitching is lined up.
Hey, let me go back to soccer real quick for Scott, because I know sometimes you like to stop out and watch other sports and support. Do you give Willie a hard time that his daughter is significantly tougher than he is?
No, because I think they're both softer than their mom. Like I think she's the hammer.
I mean, Douglas, she's just a little itty bit. When she got the yellow card, I was like, yeah, she's catching up for lost time for that huge collision last year. Like, she's going to get her minutes worth.
They have a few on that squad that aren't afraid to get their money.
They're kind of nasty. I like it.
Yeah, they'll play. They play hard, and they got no problem roughing it up either. So they enjoy that. But yes, Mama Douglas will look at me every now and then. I'm like, wow. I'm like, you really must have screwed something up because she looks like she wants to whoop your ass.
Verse, how about the
now? If I can make her smile, I'm like, all right, we're in today. We got the A game today.
Who would have ever thought that Willie would be the cool one? Because sometimes people are intimidated by him too.
Yeah, no one should be intimidated by him. Like the first time somebody from Central City will be intimidating will be the first time.
You know what's funny? I didn't know he was a Central City guy.
Buddy, how many times do I have to tell you?
Well,
You cannot go wrong. You cannot go wrong with someone from the 308.
Well, my favorite Central
Grand Island.
My favorite Central City people are the Zickmans with Aiden, Brett, and Leah, and
you talk about
and Lil Parker.
Yeah, the ones that have 95 pounds of meat in my fridge. Yeah, I know them.
No, I got it from him. It's my meat, though. And I'm doing better, man. Like, give your boys some credit, man. Like,
You're trying to whine that I shorted you on some rabbit food meat. Like, you get more than anybody else gets.
I just was searching through the lettuce, man. I thought, and I can't. So the only reason I didn't call you is because I can't remember what we agreed on the meats. Because you were like, well, you don't want that, you don't want this, or you don't want that, or that's hot. So I can't remember what we settled on.
Well, I put you back like on the general public meal, and you can get the same amount everybody else does.
No.
And you can sit at the bar and you can wait for your drink.
No, it's fine.
Oh my goodness.
You good?
We're good.
We can do that.
Verz,
it's all up to you.
We're good.
All right, going back to soccer here and community support. I want to ask.
Listen, Maddie. We're good.
Verz, where does community support at Soccer State rank among the other sports here in the state? Like with wrestling having a huge thing and track, and I mean, obviously those have tons of schools there and present, but like with football and basketball, where does soccer rank among those?
Oof. For those that are open-minded and want to just go learn a game, like, Damon will tell you he's a lifelong learner.
Yes,
he loves that one.
That's true.
But
he loves that one.
He's an idiot.
Soccer should be a lot more popular because you're starting to have there's an American that's coaching an EPL team. You got 3 or 4 prominent players in the EPL that are Americans. So it's a growing thing as far as like ranking behind it. Those that know about it. My guy Zabawa, he still, I think, is a little bit mind blown that I can sit down and talk soccer with him. But it's a really fun game to watch when you just stop watching the ball. And I think the more that we all evolve into just not watching the ball travel around the field, and you watch the triangle where you watch the back cut, you watch the touch pass, you watch all those kind of intricate details of it, then it gets a lot more fun. So it's one that's growing. Probably will never catch the mains, but I think they have the best arena for their championships. And I think the Towel will make a run at that. But, that soccer atmosphere and the girls had a great game. All the games were great. Gretna Prep was a great game.
Yep.
It was fun to watch all the soccer go down. And Scott was fortunate enough on the boys' side. They got their ass whipped, when they kind of didn't take Bennington for real, and Bennington thumped them. And they got another shot at it and came out and played great from the jump. And Z came down, and Paisans got to host another state championship trophy and got to make a few Manhattans for the soccer coach and kept them out of all the pictures. So they're usable in public.
Hey, do you know what I thought you were going to say when you were talking to him about coaching and soccer is I thought you'd be like, look, man, do you know how much money I have fleeced from the EPL and soccer? Yeah. Like you're talking to the Don. This is Matt Vrzal, okay?
Man City just dropped a 4-0 on them. Like stealing. Oh, stealing. That was a good day to have a good day right there, bud.
So is this
I had that bet in 2 days before. I was like, yep.
Locked. Hey, is this the swan song for Scut Lunches?
This is it. Today is the finale for the year. I think out of the year we did all of them but 2. So one of them I was in Chicago, and one of them the lady said, it's not fair that you get to do all of them. I'm going to let somebody else do it. I said, lady, we like the way you think. It's rough. 4 months of crossing the door at 3:30 a.m. is a little rough on an old man, but no, this is the last one. It'll be a little bit lighter. All the seniors are out. They graduate on Sunday, so we'll have the new takeover of the youngins.
Oh,
Verz, we appreciate you, man, as always on a Friday. Yeah, I mean, you cap off Fridays.
Nice rare form today, Matty.
You bet, buddy. You just let me know if you want back on the GP plan.
Nope. Gym Pop is where people go to die.
Yeah, we're good.
All right, buddy.
See you, Verz.
See you, buddy.
Well, I mean, if Fridays aren't meant to go off the rails, I mean, when we start with Sautter and then we end with Verz,
he's still talking trash.
9 to 10. Sautter?
Oh, yeah.
That won't stop for 3 weeks.
That's fine.
We'll be back next week.